second week of the United States Football League, the USFL for '84. Today from the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida, the New Jersey Generals and the Jacksonville Bulls. The city of Jacksonville, Florida, has long argued that it is one of the best football towns in America, whether it is college and whether it could be pro for so many years, and now it is a professional football city for the USFL. Before the kickoff, we can tell you this about this gathering today. There is a new attendance record at hand for the United States Football League. The Jacksonville Bulls thus will have 2 league records in their 2 weeks of existence. The 53 points they scored against Washington was a league record last week in their opening victory. And when the final count of this crowd today is in, and it won't come till late in the game because they don't have turnstiles here, but it's almost certain to be in excess of 70,000. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson. Who are these Jacksonville Bulls? If you took the roster north of North Carolina and west of Mississippi, you wouldn't know very many of these players. Some, yes, but it's a collection of people that have been molded together very efficiently by Lindy Infante. Lindy Infante plays his college football at Florida and then starts his march through the coaching ranks, 18 years as an assistant at the collegiate and professional level. He came to the Jacksonville Bulls from the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFL. And one of the men that he has under his tutelage here in this opening year for this USFL team is Matt Robinson, former Georgia Bulldog quarterback. And Matt Robinson had this comment earlier about the offensive package of Coach Infante.
Well, I tell you, Lindy believes in throwing the ball. We'll probably end up throwing it between 40 and 50 times this week. He just, we put 4 guys out all the time, and they are reading on the move. They're reading coverages as well, or probably more so than I am a lot of the times, and most of the time they have between 3 to 5 options on which way they're going to run their route. So it can be confusing at times when you're trying to learn it, but it all came together last week and worked out great for us.
Our analyst, Glenn Swan, the former great wide receiver of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Swanee, the New Jersey Generals come into this ball game without their quarterback, Brian Sipe, out with knee surgery.
And Brian Sipe, of course, represents leadership and experience for the offensive team, and that will be missing. Missing also from the Jacksonville Bulls defensive line, number 72, Don Latimer, the best defensive player. He will not be there. Now, the only thing these two teams might do that's the same is the way they put their uniform on. After that, they're as different and far apart as the North and South Pole. On offense for the New Jersey Generals, it's a run-oriented package. Herschel Walker leads that attack, but you can't count out Maurice. Together, they could compromise the best tandem in the USFL. They've got the biggest and strongest defensive line going against going against a relatively young, inexperienced Jacksonville defense. The Jacksonville offense, however, is prolific in its passing game. They're going to put the ball in the air a ton, and could see some very exciting football. But they're going against one of the more experienced defensive teams in the USFL. That defensive team is anchored by professional football player Jim LeClaire, who spent most of his years in Cincinnati with the Bengals. Jim, along with Gene Bradley, the young quarterback, gave us their thoughts on this game today.
Come out with so many formations, you know, there are multiple set offense, and we just have to really tie in on what we key on during the game and play some good, solid team defense. And if we can play the good, solid team defense, I think we'll be all right.
Well, we'd like to establish a run. We didn't have a good day running the ball last week, and we feel like we have a good line, and you know, should be more dominating than we were last week. So we'd like to establish a run, but I don't think we'll get away from our game plan by just getting too involved with that.
There is a man in this stadium today, along with 7 other Georgia Bulldogs, who has had an incredible career here. As a member of the University of Georgia football team, look at the stats that Herschel Walker put together against the Florida Gators in his 3 trips to the Gator Bowl. Averaged 216 yards in those 3 games. And here is Herschel right now with our colleague, Mike Berry.
Thank you very much, Keith Jackson. In those 3 games against the Gators, Herschel, you had 8 touchdowns. You're going to need an equally superb performance today because with Brian Sipe out of the lineup, you're going to be the horse. You're going to get the call.
True. I'm going to need a good performance. I think the whole general team going to need a good performance because I think the people of Jacksonville got something to cheer about. I think Jacksonville got a great team, and we're going to have to go out here and try to play well with them.
Now, last week you ran cautiously, tentatively. You had bruised shoulders. How do you feel? Can you go the distance?
Well, this week here, my shoulders feel a great deal better, and I feel that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to make people respect me for being Herschel and go out there and try to at least pick the offense up and get things going because Jacksonville got offense that can put points on the board, and the way you can keep points off is to keep the ball.
Herschel Walker, thank you very much. Keith, we're ready for football down here, back upstairs.
The anticipation is 150 feet deep here as the stadium looks just about full for today's matchup between the Bulls and the Generals. You in our Western audience waiting for the Los Angeles Express game and the Birmingham Stallions. We'll have that game for you from the Coliseum in Los Angeles beginning at noon, but we'll give you a little bonus coverage now as the New Jersey Generals' Roger Ruzek comes onto the field at the Gator Bowl with some 70,000 people watching the kickoff to the Jacksonville Bulls. And the beat people for Jacksonville will be Gary Clark, number 80, and Aubrey Matthews, number 83. They are a pair of wide receivers who can fly. It is a beautiful day. The temperature up in the high 60s. Puffy clouds. Grass is green. Enthusiasm is fervent. Kind of an exciting day for this old city of Jacksonville, Florida. They finally got professional football to come stay with them, and they're bound to support it. And here is a high-hanging kickoff that goes to Gary Clark. And Clark puts it up the middle, finds the wedge, and he almost busted it out of there. Little Gary Clark, who is not that big at 5'9", 175, if he had been able to get one more step, it might have been quite a foot race. Matt Robinson comes in at quarterback, 28 years of age. He is a University of Georgia product, and he will have setting behind him Larry Mason and Marvin Lewis. Alton out, it's Willie McClendon, another Georgia Bulldog, lining up in the backfield behind him. They set up with 3 wide people, and you'll see them playing 3 and 4 wides all day, and this is not unusual. A little short quick pass to the sidelines to Alton Alexis out of Tulane University, and they pick up about 6 yards on the play, and they have absolutely no fear in using that pass pattern. The offensive front, Gruber, Howell, Odie, Collins, Hudson, and Bergman. Bergman of UCLA, Odie of UCLA. The rest of them, with the exception of Gruber out of Pittsburgh, they're all Southerners from down Georgia and Delta State and Georgia Tech. So on 2nd down and 4, Robinson back on a deep drop this time, goes short to the sidelines again, pass complete to Larry Mason out of Troy State, had his hands on it and was belted out of bounds. Hit hard by Gregory Johnson, a strong safety for the New Jersey defensive people. And the New Jersey defense lines up with Lockett, Woodland, Madsen up front. Madsen moved ahead of Gilbert as a starter. The linebackers are Harper, Horn, LeClaire, Leopold, all NFL veterans. The secondary at the corners, Daniels and Williams. Gary Barbaro and Gregory Johnson are the safeties. And now you've got 3 wide receivers into the lineup with Willie McClendon coming out. The pass was not held by Larry Mason as he was belted so hard, so they're looking at 3rd down and 4, and they send the man in motion, Gary Clark. That Robinson passing for the 3rd successive time, fires it, pass caught by Bergman, and the big tight end from UCLA is down to the New Jersey 37-yard line. 1st down, Bulls.
When they start a game, it's all passing. They think these passes are ball control passes, but this 3rd down was a big one for them. Matt Robinson just reading the secondary as best he can. He waits for the big tight end on the UCLA to cross the field, and while he's crossing the field, he's reading that secondary, looking for the open hole, waiting for Robinson to find it, and then they'll meet.
1st down, Jacksonville. The ball is sitting at the New Jersey 36-yard line. And again, they're 3 wide. One back, handed off to Mason. Breaks it big up the middle. Goes down to the 25. Picks up 11 yards on the carry. And the Bulls coming out of the first offensive possession, moving the football.
It's almost like the David and the Goliath story. The Jacksonville Bulls, a small team, They're really the underdogs going after the bigger, stronger team of New Jersey. They know there's Walt Michael standing on the sideline. They've got to get on the scoreboard, put some pressure, because New Jersey is not prepared to put the ball in the air this afternoon.
Not with Brian Sipe down with a knee surgery and out for at least 3 weeks. On first down from the New Jersey 25, Matt Robinson's pass is over the middle. The pass is good to Willie McClendon. McClendon coughs up the football, and it is controlled by Jacksonville back around the line of scrimmage near the 25. Remember, those of you in the West, you'll be seeing Los Angeles and Birmingham at 12 noon with Timmy Brent and Lee Grosscup at the microphone. Alton Alexis covered that loose football as they had picked up a good 5 or 6 yards, but then the ball popped loose. But this is a sample of what those old NFL veterans will do to you in that linebacking area.
Well, it's part of the game plan. That's the second time they've caused a fumble ball to be knocked out of a receiver's hand in this first drive.
It is second down and 10. The ball is at the 25. They give the ball away inside to Mason, and Mason gets about 3 as he punches his way from the 25 to the 22. And Lynn Madsen, a big defensive end, 255, Washington Husky, a rookie, brought him down.
Kate, let me point this out right now at the beginning of this ball game. After talking to the defensive coordinator for the New Jersey Generals, his game plan is to come out to be as physical as he can with the receivers to cause them to be a little bit shy about coming out. That's the coach with the headset on, the defensive coordinator. He wants to punish receivers, throw the timing off, and create turnovers this afternoon.
Yes, Gary Clark going in motion, becomes the wide man off the screen on third down and 8. Matt Robinson's pass goes down the middle. Pass is good. Down to the goal line, short of the touchdown. Pass is caught by Aubrey Matthews, who had a big catch and run for a touchdown last week. So the little guy, 5'7", 170 pounds from Delta State, gives the Jacksonville Bulls a first and goal on the 1.
Aubrey Matthews might be a little man, but he's playing with the enthusiasm of a 70,000-plus audience watching him this afternoon. Take a look at 5'7". Watch how many people it takes to stop Aubrey from getting into the end zone. I don't know. It looks like he almost did get that ball across the line for the score. There are 3 people that have to bring that young man down.
All right, Michael Whiting and Larry Mason line up behind Matt Robinson. First and goal at the 1. The handoff goes to Michael Whiting. Touchdown, Jacksonville. State comes in and stuffs it in the end zone, and he dove in behind Kenny Howell out of Georgia Tech and Dave Odie of UCLA. And Jacksonville takes the football and goes 69 yards for the touchdown. The extra point try now, Dan Miller kicked 6 out of 6 last week. Dan is the product of the University of Miami. Matt Robinson is the holder. The kick is good. So with 10 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the first quarter, the Jacksonville Bulls stick it in the end zone.
You see Michael Whiting getting a handoff here. Now, he makes contact right there. Looks like LeClaire that gets in, but he can't stop him as he gets a second effort and goes in. They now have the momentum and the excitement all on their side, just where they want it to be, putting the pressure on the New Jersey Generals. We'll be right back.
The kickoff now for Jacksonville. Danny Miller will kick it. Looks like the breeze might be coming across, swirling around here in the big oval. Rod Pegues and Mike Williams saw the beat people for the New Jersey Generals. Jacksonville leading 7-0. The wind grabs the ball, knocks it straight down at the 13 to Rod Pegues, and Pegues comes out near the 30, where he is knocked down, and New Jersey now will go to work. As Len Swan said earlier, we anticipate, with the absence of Brian Sipe at quarterback today, the New Jersey Generals to be fundamentally a run football team, with Carthon and Walker doing most of the hammering. Collins and McConaughey are the wide people, and the offensive front of Mackey, Lapham, Hall, Harris, Millard, and Sam Bowers, the tight end. That's a very big offensive line that played very well against Birmingham in the 17-6 win last Sunday. From the 29-yard line, first down, New Jersey. Ball is given to Walker. Herschel Walker in 3 games for the Georgia Bulldogs against the Florida Gators here in this big stadium. Averaged 216 yards per game. He picked up a yard on that carry. The Jacksonville defense is relatively small in, I think, generic comparison to most of pro football defensive people. Al Brown, you can see across the front with Douglas and Costello, Dickel, Johnson, Hendel, and Jackson, the linebackers. Your secondary of Gray, G, Brown, and Besselou. And Don Besselou is the most experienced in the secondary. Jacksonville is showing right now a 5-man front. And the ball goes to Walker one more time. Herschel with a surge up the middle, gets to about the 34.
You saw there on that particular offensive formation that there were 3 tight ends in the ball game and only 1 wide receiver. All right, Tom McConaughey, number 86, was the only wide receiver. They put down a wide receiver, dressed a 3rd tight end, so the New Jersey Generals bring in an offensive unit that only has 2 wide receivers. Number 87, Norris Brown, is a tight end, a backup tight end, will also play as a backup wide receiver throughout the ball game.
It is 3rd down and about 6 from the 34, where they put it down. And Gene Bradley of Arkansas State's first pass is incomplete, intended for Sam Bowers. It was a bullet that went right through Bowers' hands, and it'll be 4th down for New Jersey, and the Generals will have to punt it away as Tim Cutts comes in to do the kicking for them. Cutts averaged just under 31 yards per punt in a tough wind game at Birmingham last week.
Sam Bowers would have normally caught that pass. He would have caught that pass had it been from Brian Sipe, because Brian throws a much softer pass. One of the things on Gene Bradley, the book on him, is he's got a strong arm, but he doesn't have the touch to throw the soft pass.
And he's got a fair to middling amount of pressure on him as well. You got 10 Bulls on the line. They're going after Cutts. Now 2 of them drop off, and there's no pressure. And the kick is very, very high. Gary Clark coming up calls a fair catch up around the 31-yard line. It was a 30-yard punt. You've got 9:05 to play in the first quarter. The Jacksonville Bulls with the ball and leading 7-0. A note from Mike Barry on the field.
Keith, as you might expect down here in the Jacksonville Bulls bench, the excitement is really high after they held them. But on that drive, I talked to Aubrey Matthews, who made the good catch that got him down close. He said the New Jersey Generals secondary is nothing tough to decipher. He says they're going zone in the middle of the field, man-to-man down close, and they're not having any trouble figuring out what it is, Keith.
It's the second time around. Let's see what happens this time. As Jacksonville comes to the attack with Robinson setting up with Mason and McClendon behind him. They go with a running play. Larry Mason on the first carry, 2:05 out of Troy State. Tom Woodland, nose tackle for New Jersey, out of Missouri.
And it's a fumble, Keith.
Fumbled the ball and comes away with the football. So Tom Woodland, who was miffed a little bit, I think, because he didn't have more authority last week against Birmingham, suddenly steps in here and comes up with a big play of the game.
He's got a little bit of a hole there. Right there, Woodland just grabbed him. When he grabbed him around the waist, reached out with one hand and picked the arm off, and Madsen recovered it. Pulled his arm back, the ball popped loose. So now the New Jersey Generals get field position and another chance to score, as if they had maintained possession all along.
At the Jacksonville 29, so the first turnover of the ball game, created by Woodland, recovered by Madsen, and Bradley gives the ball to Walker. And Walker picks his way through traffic and goes for a first down inside the 20 to the 17.
He picked his way right down the field. Walker does not look like he's running that fast as he reads the line. Now take a look at the offensive line. Their initial contact, and they're driving that defensive line right off the ball. Walker gets in. Now he begins to read, finds daylight, and then he drives, picking up enough yards, of course, for the first down.
12 yards on the carry. And New Jersey sitting now on the Jacksonville 17. Brown is in at a wide receiver spot. Norris Brown along with Clarence Collins. On first down, out of the I formation, it's Herschel Walker again. This time he's whacked at the 16 and drilled by Tom Dinkel, who played 6 years with the Cincinnati Bengals and came to Jacksonville with Lindy Infante.
Keith, remember that tackle, that hit by Tom Dinkel, because it might be the beginning of a long story this afternoon. Herschel hit him, made contact, but Dinkel could not bring him down. Herschel was standing there while Dinkel was falling down about his ankles until he got help. If they can't get help gang tackling throughout the ball game, Herschel, Maurice Carthon can punish this team and wear them down.
Second down and 9 from the Jacksonville 16 after the Jacksonville turnover. Jacksonville leading 7-0. Ball given this time to Carthon. And Maurice Carthon out of Arkansas State is inside the 15 and ruled down at the 13. Carthon last week had 46 yards on 15 carries and scored both of New Jersey's touchdowns. They're looking now at 3rd down and 6. Carthon goes out of the lineup, and Clarence Harmon, number 38, comes in.
Tom McConaughey is also out, which means they're probably on Collins in a wide receiver and Norris playing wide receiver, who is, of course, the backup tight end.
Norris Brown out of Georgia, top of the picture. 3rd down, 6. Bradley's pass, thrown to the short man, blocked by Harmon. Harmon was out there all by himself. The Jacksonville secondary had given him that zone completely. He had the first down in hand, but couldn't pull the football down.
Keith, I believe there must have been some kind of mix-up on the part of the Jacksonville secondary. I saw one man playing man-to-man. The rest of the team was playing zone, but no one had covered Harmon, and had he caught that pass, probably could have picked up enough speed to just drive his way into the end zone.
A 30-yard field goal try now by Roger Ruzek. Ruzek kicked one of 51 yards last week. Hammers it, hooks it, missed it. So the New Jersey Generals are turned away at 6:12 to go in the first quarter, and Jacksonville leading by a score of 7-0. This program, an exclusive presentation of ABC Sports. The Jacksonville Bulls taking heart. They took the ball on the first possession and drove it home. They turned it over, but turned away New Jersey. Roger Ruzek, dejected, missing from 30 yards on the field goal try. He hooks it left. You'll see it. Ricochet outside the upright and go away. And Jacksonville dodging a bullet after giving up the football at their own 29. So here comes Jacksonville up now. First down at their own 20, leading 7-0. Willie McClendon comes up into a slot position, leaving one back behind the quarterback. And that back is Larry Mason, trying to turn a sweep upfield, gets up to the 25, where he is brought down, and that's a pickup of 5 yards for him. It's an interesting thing, Lynn Swan, the defensive people, the linebacking core, the tremendous difference in experience. Jacksonville shows 7 years experience in its starting linebackers, but New Jersey shows 37 years of professional experience with its linebackers.
The one man who has the most experience for Jacksonville, Tom Dinkle, only has 6 years, and then Don Besselus in the secondary, he has 5. The rest, 1 year here, 2 years there, are their rookies.
2nd down and 5 for the Bulls from their own 25. Robinson back to throw. No pressure. Swing out. Mason has one man in front of him and gets around the corner and gets a first down. Number 64, Kenny Howell, guard out of Georgia Tech. 265 at pulled. He was in front of Mason, and he turned him upfield for the first down.
That was just a little quick screen that's designed to go to the outside, but not one of the big slow screens with 3 or 4 people out there. Most of the people are in pass protecting. And the key, of course, to stopping Lindy Infante's offensive team is, of course, putting pressure on the passer. So far, they have not been able to rush Mad Robinson.
The ball is at the 36 for the first down for Jacksonville. Double wide to the bottom of the picture. Ball goes up the middle. Carrying the ball, it is Larry Mason. Let's check in right now with Jim Lampley at our studios in New York with his update.
And Keith, in Washington, Dick Bielski's Federals have gotten him off to a favorable start in his first day as a head coach. Mike Hohensee in the green of the Federals, throwing 13 yards to Joey Walters in the end zone. A 6-0 first quarter lead for the Federals. The extra point kick was missed. So it is Washington leading Philadelphia in Washington. Keith?
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. It is 2nd down and 7 for the Jacksonville Bulls. The ball is just over the 39. Robinson 5 out of 6 for 69 yards now. Each pass going to a different receiver. Getting some pressure, gets his pass away, and he's lucky he gets it back. It was almost intercepted by Jim LeClaire, the inside linebacker, who had stayed at home. Robinson, for the first time today, feeling pressure, and he got it from Big Jim Byrne, the nose tackle from Wisconsin Lacrosse.
The pass almost picked off. He's throwing it on his back foot. Let's take a look at the rush here. They're running a little game inside, trying to put pressure, and that time Byrne just beat number 63, getting to the outside, Nat Hudson, to put the pressure on him, forcing an incomplete pass.
Lynn Madsen gave Robinson a pretty good whack, too, when he came across there, but that bounces up, and it's 3rd down and 7 for Jacksonville. to throw it. Pass is away. Pass is incomplete. He threw it into double coverage. Gary Barbaro and number 24, Terry Daniels. The pass intended for the tight end, Paul Bergman.
New Jersey Generals living up to their game plan to make this a very physical football game, trying to create the turnovers, intimidate the receivers. Matt Robinson had the time. The ball was just a little high, and big Paul Bergman, strong receiver, tight end out of UCLA, had a chance to pull it in, but Barbaro and company were right on the spot.
Mike Williams is deep for New Jersey as Rich Hendley comes in for his first punt of the day for Jacksonville. He won the kicking job last week in a kickoff. So the punter from Clemson gets it out of there, and it's a very poor kick. Shanked it off the side of his foot. And Hendley now will hang his head a little bit as he comes to the sideline, having shanked one 15 yards in his first punt for the Jacksonville Bulls. We went away to commercial. The two old pros in the respective secondaries were the ones primarily involved, Gary Barbaro of New Jersey and Don Besselou of the Jacksonville Bulls. Barbaro, as Lynn Swan pointed out, intent on making this a physical game in that secondary, and Besselou took exception to it. It's on the 45 after that 15-yard punt, and New Jersey goes to work. As Bradley on first down throws down the middle. Man is wide open down the middle, and the pass is complete to Clarence Collins. And that will be a New Jersey first down at about the Jacksonville 33.
Gene Bradley took a hit as the pressure got to him just as he released that pass. About 40% of their offensive passing attack has been taken out of the game plan to make things much more simpler, much more easily understood for Gene Bradley so that he stays away from making mistakes.
First down, New Jersey, Jacksonville 33. Bulls lead 7-0 with 3:40 to play in the first quarter. Ball given away to Herschel Walker. Change of direction out of the backfield, and a big run by Herschel. He takes it down inside the 23, near the 20. In fact, they're going to mark him out at the 23. Don Besselou rolled him out of bounds.
Let's take a look at number 64, Wayne Harris, as he gets a great block here to seal off the inside, which gives Herschel the freedom, the mobility, the flexibility to try and go inside or outside as he picks up the first down.
So New Jersey is knocking on the door again. They were down inside the 17, but were turned away on the missed field goal by Jacksonville. It is second down, 1.5 yards for the first down, and the ball goes to Walker, and Walker gets the first down as he twists his way to the 21. Sammy Brown, a rookie out of Georgia Tech, the strong safety, made the tackle for Jacksonville. Walker now 6 carries and 29 yards.
That time it was number 33, Maurice Carthon, and number 62, Daryl Lapham came in. Dave Lapham opened up the hole for Herschel to get outside. Herschel didn't hit that hole cleanly enough. Had he done so, he could have bounced it to the outside, picked up a little more running room.
First down, New Jersey, Jacksonville 21. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. It is Carthon up the middle, 230-pounder. Boom, boy, he really whacks you. He's very close to the 15.
Keith, that play started at about the 20-yard line. When the play ended, there was only one defensive lineman at the line of scrimmage. The rest were driven 5 yards off the ball by the offensive line before they made the tackle.
And obviously, that means that Jacksonville's going to have to gamble on defense. I don't think they can hang in there one-on-one. Showing a 6-man front right now. Bradley. Pass. Sideline. Collins. Down around the 11. That'll be close to a first down. Chains are across the field.
With the exception of that one pass to tight end Sam Bowers that was over his head on the first drive, Gene Bradley has been able to use his passing game effectively to keep the defense just off balance enough so he can go back to his running game.
Change coming across to determine the location of the ball and whether or not they have a first down at the 11. They do. There are a total of 11 former Georgia Bulldogs in this game on the two teams, 8 of them playing for the Jacksonville Bulls and 3 for the New Jersey Generals. I guess you know from those figures, that total alone, why Vince Dooley's program has been so successful up at the University of Georgia. First down, ball at the Jacksonville 11. Walker missed in the backfield. Now he's hemmed in, back on the 16. Fernando Jackson, who has had his duels with Herschel before. Fernando is from the University of Florida, and the former Gator got him.
That was a little counter play. The story on the linebackers for the Jacksonville Bulls is that they overplay the outside runs. So you give them a look at what you think is an outside run, then you cut back. Herschel did so, but Jackson penetrated, slowed them up. Now you see all the help coming, and they surround Herschel Walker. He can't go anywhere.
Loss of 5, second down, 15, ball near the 16. Minute and a half to go, first quarter. Bulls lead the Generals 7-0. Bradley gives it to Walker up the middle, down to the 11, close to the 10, before Vaughn Johnson, a rookie out of North Carolina State, and Tom Dinkel bring him down. So it'll be third down and about 9 for New Jersey. No pass rush evident as yet by Jacksonville.
They were able to get pressure on Gene Bradley only on one occasion, but the pass was still complete. And that was without blitzing.
It's about 9.5 for the first down. Bradley back. No pressure. Pass incomplete. Knocked away from Sam Bowers by Don Besselou.
Don Besselou has all the experience. But that pass by Bradley had a lot of steam on it. He was able to tip it, but still, Sam Bowers had a chance to make the catch. And watch 46. He's taking the angle to cut this ball off. One hand coming in to knock it down. There's the tip. That ball still got through Sam, of course, when the ball was deflected. Couldn't judge it, couldn't make the catch.
27-yard field goal try by Ruzek. He hooked it left and missed it his first try. This one is up, and this one is no good. He's 0 for 2. And a penalty flag on the field. Chester G came flying in, and I think Jacksonville may get hit here with a personal foul. Looked like he might have thrown an elbow.
Let's take a look. Number 26 coming in here. Let's see what happens. He's got a good angle. He goes in the air.
No, he didn't throw an elbow.
No,
Was he blocked into him?
No, I don't. He was not blocked into him, Keith. He just came around. He tried to get up in the air and block the kick. He missed the ball. No contact with the ball. And he just hit the kicker. Chester G, number 26.
New Jersey man made contact with him, but
roughing in the kicker.
Bob Horn made some contact with him, but it's a call of roughing the kicker against G and against Jacksonville. And now New Jersey is sitting on the 5-yard line, first down and goal to goal. This kind of mistake, and I don't know whether you can call it a mistake, it's a penalty born out of a total effort on the part of G.
That's correct, and it's a judgment call by the official, as he was blocked lower part of his body. But so far, all of New Jersey's scoring opportunities have come at mistakes by the Jacksonville Bulls.
So first and goal from the 5 with Walker and Carthon lined up behind Gene Bradley. It's Walker. And Herschel is down to about the 3. Number 22 pops out of the pile with a ball, Kevin Gray, but play is whistled dead around the 3. One of the things I think that Jacksonville's head coach and the entire staff has to be worried about is having their defense out there on the field so long, because it's a small defense, and the New Jersey offensive front can wear them down.
They will wear them down. They will drive. The defensive line has to get an awful lot of help, and if they're on the field all day, there will be some problems, and we're now at the end of the first quarter.
So after one period of play here in Jacksonville, the Bulls lead 7-0, but the New Jersey Generals are knocking on the door. Expected to be more than 70,000 watching at the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida. As the expansion Jacksonville Bulls are leading 7-0, Memphis Showboats are leading the Chicago Blitz after the first quarter 7-0, and the Philadelphia Stars now in the second and at the end of the first quarter taking the lead over Washington 7-6. And right now the New Jersey Generals trying to tie it up here in the Gator Bowl. It is second down and goal from the 3 for New Jersey, and it's Walker with the football, and he's inside the 1 but not across. New Jersey had a chance after a Jacksonville turnover fumble to score. They couldn't do it, missed a field goal try. Then they were seemingly turned back again by the plucky Jacksonville defense. And on a 27-yard field goal miss by Ruzek, there was a foul as the young cornerback, G, tried to block the kick for Jacksonville. He crashed into the New Jersey kicker, Ruzek, and the personal foul call against him gave New Jersey the chance. First and goal from the 5. Now it is third and goal inside the 1. Look for Walker to go over the top, I would think. Nope, he sweeps it right, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Generals. Herschel Walker scoring his first touchdown of the season.
The strength of their offensive line is on the right side for the New Jersey Generals. Both times they went there, both times giving the ball to Herschel Walker. When they have to go to the well, number 34 is the man they call on. You see right here, number 64, Harris, just pulls to the outside. Herschel slants in, finds only one man in his way, and it's a touchdown.
Ruzek for the extra point try out of Barbaro's hold, and it is good. The ball goes up into the stands, and last week in the game here against Washington, folks wanted to keep the footballs as souvenirs, but there's a fellow who goes up there and tries to get them back.
Earlier today, we told you of the ongoing negotiations, Steve Young and the Los Angeles Express. We've just received a call from our Howard Cosell, and Howard says that according to a conversation he has had with Steve Young's agent, Lee Steinberg, Howard, believes that within the next 24 to 48 hours, Young will sign with the Los Angeles Express the largest contract in the history of professional football. Just to confirm, Howard Cosell reports to us, based on a conversation with Young's agent, that Young will sign with the Express a huge contract. Now back to Keith Jackson.
All right, Jimmy, thank you. Well, yesterday he did not say, as was heard echoing about the countryside, that he was going to wait for the NFL draft. He did not say that. And now this development today. But we'll wait and see.
Anything can happen
in
the next 24 to 48 hours.
It's a long time. Here's the kickoff by New Jersey as the score is tied at 7-7, and it's Aubrey Matthews looking for some real estate that is open to his desires, and he gets it back to about the 24 before Jesse Johnson knocked him out of bounds. The wide receiving corps for Jacksonville, not that big, but all of them can fly.
They can fly. Last week, when Little Joy Jones for the Birmingham Stallions took the field against the New Jersey Generals, Daniels and Williams just pounded on him all afternoon, and he held up fairly well. Well, they're trying to do the same thing this afternoon to receivers about the same size.
From the 24, first down for the Bulls in a tie-ball game, just starting the second quarter of play. On first down, Robinson's pass is complete. And the tackle made by LeClaire as Willie McClendon made the catch coming out of the backfield. He picked up short yardage on the play. Robinson. This is a possession-type passing attack Lindy Infante has brought down to Jacksonville. It's fairly complicated, too. You don't just walk off the street and become part of it, because one of the veteran running backs, Larry Key, is on this ball club, but he's taking a good 3 weeks to get into the system.
This is a system that was developed over 4 or 5 years in Cincinnati, and not all in 1 year. Took their receivers some time to learn it. It'll take some time here.
Second down and about 5 for Jacksonville. And Robinson again throwing it. Pressure now, runs away from it, got him behind the line of scrimmage, Lynn Madsen. Madsen kept on pounding, and the big rookie from Washington finally got his man back at the 16. There was just simply nobody open. The New Jersey secondary had shut him down that time.
Playing more man-to-man coverage, trying to put pressure on him. He's looking for a receiver. He thinks he's going to have someone to throw it to just to the left of the camera, who's off camera right here. But just as he starts to throw, big number 72, Lynn Matson, gets an arm on him, brings him down. Throw it high, throw it towards the sideline, get rid of the football.
So it's third down at about 19 for Jacksonville with 3 wide people now. And Robinson on a drop. His pass is away, and it is incomplete, almost intercepted. Number 53 tipped it first, Bob Leopold, and then Jesse Johnson took a dive at it. Neither could catch it, and it is 4th down.
And Mike Williams is also in the neighborhood. Take a look at the route. He slips right here. Just puts too much weight on his inside foot, and that's why he goes down. Basic rules, when you're getting ready to break to your right, you've got to break off your left foot because it gives you that stability and that solid base on which to break off of. That time he had too much on his right inside foot, came out from underneath him, almost cost his team another turnover.
Rich Hendley into punt now. His first one was 15 yards. Jacksonville needs a big one from him right here. Number 29 is Mike Williams, standing back at his own 40 to return it for New Jersey. 7-7 ball game, and Hendley gets it out this time and hits a beauty. He runs Williams all the way back to the 26. There's a penalty flag back upfield. One of the New Jersey men turned the Jacksonville man upside down right in the back. Gary Barbaro came down and flipped Kevin Gray upside down, but he hit him clearly and cleanly from the back, and it's got to be a penalty.
Well, there was another flag thrown in the area of number 24, Marvin Lewis, for the Jacksonville Bulls about midfield. I don't know if he was looking farther downfield calling the same penalty or whether there are 2. If there are 2, the punt may come back. If there are 2 penalties after the ball was caught, they will nullify one another, and New Jersey will have the ball at about their 40-yard line.
I think both flags may be against New Jersey. The referee is Tom White, Ed Manning the umpire, Hayden Terry head linesman. Line judge is Phil LaFostalier, and the back judge, Chris DiStefano. I'll get it right. Side judge is Jared Greaser, and the field judge is Buddy Ward. Now the referee, Tom White, walking it off.
He called clipping. There's Larry Zonka on the sideline. One of the most outstanding fullbacks have graced the football fields in the National Football League at Miami.
He's a chief scout for this Jacksonville team.
And executive vice president. I'm sure he wouldn't want us to leave that one out.
Personal foul, clipping, number 26 during the run back, 1st down.
So they called a foul on Barbaro, and it was clearly a foul. He was right out in the open field. I mean, if anybody could see anything at all, they couldn't possibly miss it. At 12:40 to go in the first half. Timeout, 7-7 score. Those are the games scheduled for next Sunday in the United States Football League. 2 of those games will be televised here on ABC, and I imagine highlights from some of the other games as well. But there's the schedule breakdown for next Sunday. And there's some pretty good matchups in that schedule for next week. Here's a look at the penalty that resulted in a 74-yard gain for the Jacksonville Bulls.
See Barbaro right there, comes into the picture. He's just got the wrong angle. When the officials look at it, he hits the guy in the back. They look to see if the helmet is on the front side of the man you're trying to block when you're in that close critical area. That time, Barbaro was completely in his back.
New Jersey comes to work now just short of the 15. The punt was 59 yards. The penalty was 15. And here comes Maurice Carthon on a sweep. He takes a pretty good look up around the 20. But again, it's the size of people that will ultimately make some difference in this ball game. Now, Carthon's 230 pounds. Bessalou coming over there at 195.
And he had to wait till Sammy Brown, the rookie, came over to give him help to bring down Carthon. Actually, when you watch Carthon and Walker run, Maurice Carthon actually hits the hole much quicker than Herschel Key. Gets there much quicker than relies more on instinct. Herschel, well, he doesn't get there much slower, but he's building up a lot of steam all the time.
Walker is out of the game right now as New Jersey goes to a one-back offense and puts in 2 wide receivers. And Carthon carries And Maurice is very close to the first down before Joe Costello out of Central Connecticut can bring him down. The referee's name, correcting the list that I was given, is Tommy Miller. Tommy Miller, not Tom White.
Every opportunity New Jersey has had has been because Jacksonville has made mistakes. It's not what they can afford to do because New Jersey will possess and control this game.
Herschel Walker back in the lineup on 3rd and short at about the 25, and Walker is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Inside linebacker Andy Hendel with help from Vaughn Johnson and Brian Douglas, and they step into the slot, and I don't think he made it.
You have to credit number 78, Brian Douglas, who's a nose guard, who helped collapse that offensive line by getting low. You just saw a piece of him, enabling the linebackers to penetrate, come in over the top. You see number 47, Sam Brown, right there. The nose tackle cuts that man down, causing the line to collapse, creating a hole where the linebackers can now penetrate and get Carthon before he goes any farther.
Hendel, the big rookie out of NC State, came over the top. 235 pounds, and it's hard to move him around. So it is 4th down and a full yard for New Jersey, and they'll have to kick it away. Tim Cutts to punt, Gary Clark to return it for Jacksonville. A 7-7 ball game with 10:50 to go in the first half. Kick is out of there, end over end. Clark's got a chance with it. Dugs 1, dodges 2, third man gets him. But Jacksonville's got pretty good field position. It'll be the Bulls' ball, first down at around their 42 after a 36-yard punt. Here comes the Jacksonville Bulls now with Larry Mason and Willie McClendon set up in the backfield, and now McClendon comes outside to give them 4 receivers out there, and Matt Robinson on first down from the 42 gives it off to Mason, and Mason gets up to about the 44. Tom Woodland from Missouri held his ground, 6'1", 270. It was Woodland that stripped the ball loose earlier from Mason, causing a fumble, but New Jersey did not cash it in. Woodland goes out now, and Byrne comes in, and Jim Byrne, a rookie out of Wisconsin lacrosse, played very well for them at that spot last week. 2nd down and 8 for Jacksonville. Robinson's pass short, good for Mason out of the McClendon out of the backfield. McClendon gets a first down, and Moore goes all the way down to the Jersey 32-yard line. That's that running back out there one-on-one.
With this passing offensive attack, that's exactly what you get. One-on-one situations for a running back against the corners. Open field tackles are so difficult. Take a look. Everybody's dropping back deep. They're playing zone coverage, 5 underneath, 2 deep. As one receiver comes across, that was Bergman. He brought the linebackers with him. McClendon gets the ball. Couple of great moves on the sideline, and he brings it down to the 32-yard line of the New Jersey Generals.
Well, Michael prowling the sidelines now. Walt's team being pressed by this upstart Jacksonville team. It is McClendon caught behind the line of scrimmage by old pro Jim LeClaire out of North Dakota, a 12-year veteran with the Cincinnati Bengals. Brought him down back on the 34, a loss of 2 yards.
At USC, we called that a little duck play. Man splits out there, just tries to duck in behind his offensive line, hides a little bit, picks up the hole, runs downfield. That time, Big Jim LeClaire wasn't letting any ducks get through.
Fair wrestler will get you. 9:30 to play first half. 7-7 ball game here at the Gator Bowl with about 70,000 people watching. 2nd down and 12 for Jacksonville as Robinson sets up the throw, swings it out to McClendon. 2 men in front of it. Gets past the first wave of tacklers and takes it down to the 24 of New Jersey. Here's Mike Berry now with Tom Dinkel, linebacker for the Bulls.
All right, Keith, Tom, you're really not having any trouble shutting down Herschel Walker.
Well, we plan just to play a great, hard, aggressive defense, and we figure that'll stop Herschel itself, so we just got to keep doing that.
You're facing a young rookie quarterback now in Bradley. Your feelings on him?
We haven't seen much of him yet as far as throwing the ball. We expect Herschel to run the ball and the other running back at least 80% of the time, so that's what we're seeing right now.
Thank you, Tom. Back upstairs.
3rd down, need about 3 yards for the first down. Ball is at the 24 of New Jersey. They're going to run for it, and they got it. It is Larry Mason breaking it big and going out of bounds. inside the 10 at the 9. One word, Lynn Swan, that would characterize the Jacksonville offense is quickness and attack.
Quickness and speed. This time, the play is sprung loose by a block on the outside for Aubrey Matthews right there. He gets to the outside now, and it's one-on-one. Williams does a good job slowing him up, getting him out of bounds. Larry Mason just broke the play to the outside using that quickness and speed.
They mark him just short of the 10, not the 9, so it is first down. Just beyond the 10. Robinson back to throw. Gets it down the middle. Pass incomplete. He had a shot at number 89, Alton Alexis, and couldn't deliver the ball to him. He took a good long time to look, and by the time Alexis had broken loose down the middle, Robinson was under pressure.
Under pressure, about 230 pounds of Jim LeClaire all over him.
It is second down. The nose of the football is just about touching the 10-yard line of New Jersey. Jacksonville trying to break the 7-7 tie here in the second quarter with 8:24 to play. Run it. This time, very little success for Larry Mason as he crosses the 10 to the 9, and that will bring up a third down.
Big Tom Woodland's the man that made the tackle, and he just took control of the center. And the Memphis Showboat. 14 points over the Chicago Blitz.
Pepper Rogers got him stirred up in Memphis.
I haven't seen Pepper since he coached at UCLA against the Trojans. He certainly hasn't forgotten how to build a football program.
Third down and 9, just inside the 10. Robinson will throw it. Bergmann, touchdown.
And that is exactly what the 70-plus thousand people here came to see. That is Paul Bergmann's first professional touchdown. He's going against man-to-man coverage. He beats the linebacker. The safety, Barbaro, can't come over in time to help. Very simple, well-executed play. The big tight end from UCLA brings it home for the touchdown.
At 7:34 to go in the first half. Danny Miller for the extra point. He missed it. He popped it way up in the air and couldn't pull it back into the goalpost. So they missed the extra point. And those kind of little mistakes can really haunt you down the road. As Jacksonville regains the lead 13-7.
In Lindy Infante's offensive game plan, the tight end is supposed to catch the ball anywhere from 5 to 6 times a ball game. Said that will be the average. Paul Bergmann, he improved steadily throughout his senior year in college, as did the entire UCLA team. Shows his talent and ability, a classic professional move, nothing too much, just good execution.
Kickoff by Miller. Pegues, 3-yard line. Rod Pegues returning, big return, comes out to about the 28 before he is brought down by John Lott, a defensive back out of Michigan. So now New Jersey comes out with decent field position and 7:24 to go in the first half of play. I'll give you those officials again now that I got the right list. Tommy Miller, the referee, Bill Spencer, the umpire, Jack Pitkus, the head linesman, Tony Viterra, the line judge, John Goldsmith, the back judge, James Einer, the side judge, and Gene Wodzich is the field judge. From the 28, New Jersey goes to work with Walker and Carthon lined up behind Gene Bradley at quarterback. Brian Sipe, in case you haven't heard, arthroscopic knee surgery, out for about 3 weeks. Bradley on first down to throw it, goes down the sidelines, and it is incomplete. And boy, I'll tell you, that was close. Collins almost pulled that one down. Gray made the defensive play. Here's Mike Berry now with Paul Bergmann.
Thank you, Keith. Here's the touchdown hero himself. Looked like a simple crossing pattern.
Well, I tell you, that's an option route that we have, the tight end in particular. We have 3 different routes that we can run, depending on the defense. Leaving the huddle, I saw the particular man type defense that they were going to install, and point, and I broke my route off, and I got a great pass, and praise God.
Paul, are you surprised you're running and passing against them so easily?
Well, I wouldn't say easily. They're a very good football team, and we got our hands full right now. We got to stay in the ball. I have a feeling it's going to be won in the fourth quarter.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Keith.
On second down, Walker booms up the middle. Goes from the 28 to the 35 for 7 yards.
Herschel just did something we didn't see him do last week when he played sparingly. As he broke through the line, looking for a little place to run, he saw contact was going to be made. He was going to be tackled. He lowered his head and gave you that little extra drive that when you make contact and you've got some leverage and speed behind you, you can pick up 2 or 3 extra yards.
Third down and 3. Harmon now lined up in the backfield with Walker. And on third and 3, Bradley throws to the sidelines. Good to Collins, good to the 41, and good for a first down. Clarence Collins is a rookie out of Illinois State, 6'1", 175. Very quick.
Last week he had a very good ball game against the Birmingham Stallions. He caught 4 passes. He didn't score, but they were key passes, many of them on third down, keeping drives alive.
He's caught all the balls so far for the Generals, 3 for 34 yards. And it's first down, New Jersey at their own 41, with Carthon back in the backfield now with Walker. And you've got Herschel in motion. And Carthon carrying the ball. It's a sweep right, and it works out to about the 47. Nope, mark him up at the 48. They'll give him 7 yards. Sammy Brown finally shoved him out of bounds.
Brown slammed him out of bounds, and the force of that tackle threw him back to a little stretch of cement that's right in front of the benches. Carthon just bounced up, slipped a little bit, coming back onto the field, and he looks like he's okay.
Second down and 3, New Jersey. Same play the other way, probably. Nope. Yep. And it's a first down. Again, you get a chance to see what the big man can do. As Carthon got around the corner, Sammy Brown came up from the strong safety spot and tried to get some leverage on him, but nothing doing. The big man just rolled him backwards.
Sammy hit him at the 45. Or hit him at about the 55. Excuse me, hit him at the 48, and he drove for about 5 yards until he got out of bounds.
And it's first down, New Jersey at the Jacksonville 43.
Those lines are getting me confused.
Pounding away, Carthon with the ball inside the 40 to the 39, and that's good for close to 4 yards. Now they'll give him the 40 only, make it 3 yards. Time remaining, 5:40 in the first half, and it's 13-7 Jacksonville.
Larry Zonka, I am glad that I am a wide receiver, not a linebacker. I have to tackle someone who is big as a linebacker and stronger than most. Doing a very good job here in Jacksonville.
Larry's going to come up and visit with us in the second half. This is Herschel Walker, and they get him at the line of scrimmage. Fernando Jackson, the Bulldog and the Gator hooking up again. And both times that they've been out there, the Gator has won.
Andy Hinder came up, made the initial contact, sold him up for Jackson and company, and they follow in. The gang tackling is a must here.
Kind of interesting about the Jacksonville Bulls uniform in the north central part of Florida. The maroon or garnet shirts reflect Florida State, orange trim, the University of Florida, and the silver breeches, the Georgia Bulldogs. And the roster pretty well reflects that, too. It's third down and 7 from the 40 for New Jersey. Bradley going deep. Man's out there, and it is incomplete. Intended for Jeff Speck.
Don Veselu, number 46, the man who broke it up, played it as well as a free safety can play that kind of play. Speck went out, simple corner route. Veselu read the quarterback, drifted over into a position. The ball was thrown. A good pass, allowing Speck to get behind the corner. But Bessel is right there. He goes up as Speck falls down. But Bessel just can't hang on to it.
And it is 4th down with Tim Cutts in to punt. Third kick of the day, 30 and 36 on the others. Shoots it very high. He may kill that thing way back there. Takes a high bounce at the goal line. It's slapped back and down by New Jersey on the 1. It's not always distance that matters. It's where it winds up. And this one stops on the Jacksonville 1. The Jacksonville Bulls with the football at their own 1 now. Last week they averaged better than 6 yards on first down plays. Today against New Jersey only 3.2. And now it'll be interesting to see whether or not they come up throwing out of the end zone. Maybe a good time to go deep.
They're going to put the ball in the air, but I wouldn't take a chance throwing it deep here. Lindy Infante's offense does not change. As we look at the choice of play selections, New Jersey running 21-8, Jacksonville surprisingly 10-14.
They've got 2 tight ends now. Robert Young is in the ball game for the first time out of Bethune-Cookman. They run it. And a yard maybe for Larry Mason. Willie McClendon coming out on the field now. He's a good pass receiver out of the backfield. Another score of another game being played today. 17-0. The Memphis Showboats at halftime over the Chicago Blitz.
Number 21, McClendon. He's a young man that caught the pass, scampered down the sideline to put them in great field position for their second score.
He's up in a slot position at the top of the picture there. Robinson almost dropped the snap. Turns and gives it to Mason. And it's 3rd down and long now as Mason gets out to about the 4.
Running the ball straight up the middle is the safe thing to do. With just over 3 minutes to play in the second quarter, it is not what this young team can do best. Take a look. Gets the ball. You see he almost drops the ball there. Gets the handoff, but Mason has nowhere to run. And it's just too clogged up right there in the middle, running into the strength of the New Jersey defense. Tim Woodland, number 71 on the tackle.
Robinson had a man in the wrong position. He was trying to make himself heard, couldn't do it. He spends a timeout with 2:44 to play in the first half.
That's a sign of a smart man if he can figure out who's in the wrong position in all these formations he's got in front of him.
His playbook is like a catalog.
This formation, that formation, they're all going in motion. Most of the time, in this formation, of course, you're going to pass the ball. And if you look at the National Football League, 3 of the teams that pass the ball best: Cincinnati, San Diego, and San Francisco.
3rd down and 7 now for Jacksonville. The ball is at their own 4, and the Bulls are leading New Jersey by a score of 13-7, having missed the extra point. They took the football on the opening possession. Right down the field.
Opportune time to blitz.
Passes away, and the pass is intercepted by Bob Leopold, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown.
I don't believe what I saw, Keith. Number 53, Bob Leopold, was just standing there, and the ball was thrown to him. And I don't know, I can't say at this point, because of our angle, that that ball was really thrown that high. Number 21, McClendon, has an opportunity. Willie McClendon, watch him as he comes across the screen. The ball looks like it's going to him. Right here, underneath. He throws his hand up, he starts to, and then pulls his hand down. And the ball goes right to Leopold for the touchdown. If a receiver can't catch the football, if it's too high, knock it down.
The extra point try for the lead is good. And so the New Jersey Generals on Bob Leopold's look what I found touchdown for 16 yards. And the Generals go ahead of the Jacksonville Bulls 14-13.
The reason for them scoring is because of a mistake by the Jacksonville Bulls. Right here, you see the hand start to go up and he just pulls it back down. Maybe he thought the ball was going to another receiver behind him, but the only receiver there was Bob Leopold, and his team gets 6 points out of it.
All right, everybody, there's the time to show you some
from Notre Dame.
He had a big ball game last week in Birmingham, too.
Come on, which side?
The veteran linebackers are sitting back, playing a very conservative defense. They're letting Jacksonville make all the mistakes. They're not getting out of position. They're covering the field. They're forcing Matt Robinson to read the entire coverage before he makes his choice, giving that defensive line a chance to put some pressure on him, and so far it's working.
Rozak will kick it off. Gary Clark and Aubrey Matthews, the quick wide receivers, will be the deep people. You've got 2:35 to play in the first half, and the Generals lead for the first time in the ball game, 14-13. It has been, as Lynn Swan said, Jacksonville mistakes that has given New Jersey its scoring opportunities. High kickoff, not too deep, for Gary Clark. Good play downfield for New Jersey by Clarence Collins, number 82. Came in and clipped his feet from under him and brought him down at the 22.
In the USFL, you see quite a few of the starters, both offensively and defensively, covering on special teams. With only a 40-man roster active for each ball game, you have to call on your starting people to go down there and cover kicks, to return the punts, etc. So you'll see many of them making key plays throughout the ball game.
Jacksonville from its 22, trailing 14-13. Robinson very quickly whips it out to McClendon. McClendon outruns much of the pursuit and gets across the 35-yard line. Gary Barbaro finally got him, but there were three white shirts back in the much shorter zone, but McClendon's quickness just got him past it.
He got a great little block from Kenny Howe that sprung him to the outside. This is a screen. It's set up very quickly, but he's got three people out in front of him. Now watch McClendon. He takes the ball. He's looking for room. Right there, he gets a block. It's only maybe 2.5 feet wide that gives him a hole that he just burst through to the outside.
And a first down at the 37, a pickup of 15 yards on the play. And Robinson back to throw again. Comes the same way with it to Larry Mason. And this time Mason is hit by the corner, Mike Williams, before he can get much momentum going, and brought down by Woodland. So a short gain on the play. 2-minute warning. It is a 14-13 New Jersey lead.
Keith, last week, every receiver that had a uniform on for Jacksonville caught a pass except for McClendon. And this week, he's already caught 5 catches.
For 59 yards. Second down and 10. Jacksonville, ball at their own 37. Trailing by a point, 14-13. That's over McClendon's head and out of bounds. Incomplete. He had him out there. Coming up to cover on the play was Jim LeClaire. It wasn't that McClendon was worried about LeClaire's presence. The ball was just simply thrown too high.
It was thrown high. The reason why I think he's going so much to the backs and the flat right now, Keith, is because the New Jersey Generals, unlike last week, in obvious passing downs, have 6 defensive backs in. So they're getting very, very good coverage, forcing him to throw short to his backs coming out of the backfield.
Third and still about 10. Down the middle, Bergman. Did he catch that ball?
It looked like he did, but he didn't. It popped loose. It was hit by number 53, Bob Leopold. Bergman going for the one-handed catch as that ball had some steam on it, was about to go by him, tried to pull it in, but Leopold made sure the only thing he caught was a grass stain. She dropped him pretty hard. See Matt Robinson looking for him. He's got Zip right there, the one-handed catch. Almost pulled it in, but not quite. When that ball comes in hard and you're trying for one hand, Keith, you kind of just have to give with it and misdirect it, let the momentum of the ball come around and pull it back into your body.
A minute 48 to play in the first half as Jacksonville will punt it. Mike Williams is deep. Rich Henley, 59 yards the last time, didn't get all of this one, but he gets a favorable bounce, and it goes out of bounds inside the 25 at the 23, and there is a penalty flag down. 40-yard punt on that one. Where's the flag? They've marked it back near the 22. And they pick up the flag.
Number 22, Kevin Gray, is getting into a little bit of a scuffle with 3 players from the New Jersey Generals. I think he wisely said what he had to say and then backed out.
So from the 22, here comes New Jersey with 1:40 to play in the first half. Then Walker in the middle. He gets a yard, maybe 2. This program, an exclusive presentation of ABC Sports. Here's 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
WABC TV, New York.
Clock running at 1:20. The Generals have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, and they lead 14-13. The 2 touchdowns, the result of Jacksonville mistakes.
With only 2 wide receivers and the tight end backing up those 2 receivers, they're not really in a position to catch up quickly.
This is Harmon carrying the ball. Clarence Harmon trying to cut it back, and will take some punishment up around the 26.
Not catch up quickly, but to score quickly with a small amount of time remaining. 52 seconds, 2 wide receivers. You're thinking about trying to move down the field very quickly. Fortunately for the New Jersey Generals, they have a 1-point lead, so it's not necessary for them to move quickly down the field at this point.
They have put McConaughey back in the ball game now. He is, and was last year, the most dependable receiver of this New Jersey roster. Jacksonville, with a 3rd and 6 for New Jersey, called that timeout. It was not New Jersey, but Jacksonville that called the timeout, because they figure if they can hold them 1 more play, then they get 1 more shot with the ball.
And that's it. And obviously they're going to go for the deep pass. Send all their receivers down, but for them it won't be anything new. This offensive team is structured so that the same offense you see on the minus side of the field, on the minus side of the 50, is the same offense they run on the plus side of the 50. Inside the 20, when they have just 20 yards to go for a touchdown, or when they have 80 yards to go for a touchdown.
Philadelphia leading Washington at halftime, 7-6. Federals were demolished down here last week. Ray York was fired. But they're very much in the ball game against Philadelphia, and Birmingham has gone out to a 7-0 lead over Los Angeles in the second quarter. At halftime, it was 17-0 Memphis over Chicago. Walter Lewis had thrown 2 touchdown passes in that Memphis ball game. 3rd down and 6 for New Jersey. And they pin Walker in, and he pops out trying to bounce to the outside. But they managed to get enough people over there to bring him down, and finally Big Mike Raines.
Well, Mike Raines,
10-year veteran, got him.
Oh, Mike Raines initiated that contact, forcing the play. He had a chance really just to nail Herschel in the backfield, and he just kind of slipped away from him. And he was back there kicking his feet around, saying, "I'll get you next time, Herschel."
Jacksonville spends their last time out to kill the clock at 44 seconds to play in the first half, and New Jersey will be punting. There's the halftime score we gave you between Memphis and Chicago. 4th down and 3.
They're both about the same size.
A lot of difference in the time they've been around, though. They try for the block. They force a very poor kick by Cutts, and it bounces around and finally will roll out of bounds and dead at the Jacksonville 43. They went after him. They didn't get the ball, but they forced a poor kick of 27 yards.
We'll see, take a look at the pressure right here. I think whenever you have a situation where you're trying to block a punt and you've already been called once for roughing the kicker, you get a little more cautious.
Yep.
That time, instead of really going after it, they pulled up, I think, a little bit at the end to make sure they wouldn't get a penalty because they wanted possession of the football, number 1, a block punt, number 2.
Now they've got 34 seconds to work with and no timeouts. Robinson's pass is caught down at the 35 of New Jersey, 36 of New Jersey. The pass good to Aubrey Matthews. Now the clock stops in the USFL as it does in college football inside the final 2 minutes of each half until it's in place. Now they wind it up and the clock will start, and Robinson is off the snap quickly. His pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage, and that stops the clock again with 22 seconds to play in the first half. Where's that wind? Now, that wind is sort of drifting from the river, which means it's quartering across the field. But Danny Miller has pretty good range off the tee for the Jacksonville Bulls. So they pick up another 10 yards. They're really within his range.
Matt Robinson having a good game thus far. Only mistake coming with the interception. Bob Leopold's return of it for a touchdown.
This pass is caught. No, intercepted by Leopold for the second time. Bob Leopold intercepts Matt Robinson for the second time and runs the football back to near midfield, and that ought to do the first half for both sides. All they have to do now is take a snap and run off 12 seconds.
Look at the pressure that Matt Robinson gets. They're running a little game here. You see the defensive ends coming in from the outside. He gets to the way just inside his receiver, right into the hands of Leopold. Leopold did a good job of playing the ball. It's at this point in time when the ball is in the air, the linebacker, when he gets a beat on it, he has to forget about the receiver and judge the ball just as if he's a receiver. Leopold wisely holds his ground, makes a catch. Take a look at the pass rush here. Look at the two defensive ends looping inside and the game. James Lockett, number 96, is the man who puts Matt Robinson on the turf.
So, Leopold's second interception of the day. New Jersey spins a timeout to collect themselves and use the 12 seconds. And let's see what they choose to do. Collins is in the lineup. McConaughey is in the lineup. They go to a one-back set. Clarence Harmon. And Bradley with a strong arm. Going all the way. It's Herschel Walker. And he is down at the 12 and 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Timeout called by New Jersey, and they've got a field goal opportunity in front of them.
Walt Michaels, show me something. He came into this ball game without a starting quarterback, and he took out a good percentage, about 40% of his offensive passing attack, to make things much more simple for Gene Bradley so that he would not be confused with the variety of coverages he would see and the great abundance of passing plays to go against it. That time, they were back in a deep zone coverage. Herschel Walker just comes down, splits the seam, gets downfield, waits for the pass to come in. A field goal opportunity.
Ruzek from 30 yards. Hooked it left and missed it. So Ruzek is having a rough day. They give him an opportunity from 30 yards, and he hooks it to the left and misses the field goal, and Walt Michaels clucks his tongue over it. He's been wide left from 30, 30, and 30. Well, the New Jersey Generals will go to the clubhouse leading 14-13. We'll be back with our halftime activities after this message and a word from our local station. And ready to go with the second half of play, with the Bulls kicking off to the Generals. Williams and BEGMANN are the deep people, and Danny Miller will kick it away for Jacksonville. Weather, outstanding. Middle 60s. A little bit of wind drifting in off the St. Johns River. And Miller's kick into the wind, holding it tight well, carrying down to the 6. And here comes Mike Williams, back to about the 24. So Gene Bradley, who performed well at quarterback for New Jersey in the first half, playing in relief of Brian Sipe, who has had arthroscopic surgery on his knee and figures to be out 3 weeks. And we've got a New Jersey man down on the field, Mike Williams, cornerback, who returned the kick down under the pile and not getting up. Interesting that New Jersey, where everybody in the ballpark figures, all 70,000 people, that the Generals going to run the ball. Yet it was Herschel Walker swinging out of the backfield from a slot position who made a big catch at the closing moments of the first half to set up a field goal opportunity that was missed. Actually, New Jersey had 2 field goals from 30 yards by Ruzek miss. You see the halftime stats there.
I don't think there's anything there that was not expected. I'm sure that the New Jersey Generals thought they might have a few more yards rushing, but because they got behind, they were forced to go into the air. Time of possession is key. Jacksonville should have more time of possession, but because of mistakes, it's allowed New Jersey to possess it more.
All right, the Generals go to work. They send Walker in motion, give the football to Maurice Carthon. Carthon getting a block on the corner, moves it from about the 24 up to near the 29, close to 5-yard pickup. Executive VP, chief scout, personnel man, jack of all trades, drives the truck. Here's one of the great fullbacks of all time in professional football, Larry Zonka. Larry, the little guys are playing pretty well.
Well, we're up against the big guns, but we're doing pretty well so far. We made a couple of mistakes, glaring mistakes, but that's what to expect with a new team like this.
Second down, give Carthon 6 yards on the carry. Having the defense out there so long now against the ball control team the size of New Jersey, they'll have to get worn down somewhere in that fourth quarter.
Well, we're hoping to wear them down.
You can see Carthon trying to come outside, and that time you get penetration by a rookie out of North Carolina State, Andy Hendel. And he's kind of a feisty little dude, isn't he? He's a fighter.
We believe he's going to be a great one.
Well, right there, he did a real good job. Linebackers penetrating, tripping up Carthon. Dinko came over and didn't hear the whistle. Wanted to make sure he was down, but no real contact made after the whistle.
Fred Bullard, owner of this football franchise, the principal owner. Billy Cash, of course, the president of the ball club, and Larry Zonka. And another comment on this big crowd at the Gator Bowl as New Jersey comes to the attack, and Bradley's pass is caught by Bowers. He finally got his tight end, Sam Bowers, and Bowers is cruising downfield and on his way. He dropped the football! The Bulls jumped for it, and New Jersey's recovered it. Walker, trailing the play, covered the football. So Sam Bowers is out there on his own, steaming downfield for what appeared to be a touchdown play, and he dropped the football.
Keith, what happened there, Sam Bowers is running a little crossing route. I believe it's single coverage as they're attempting to put some pressure, but number 47, right there, Sammy Brown, gets behind him. He can't make the tackle, can't bring the big man down, but look, he drops the ball because he's holding it like a loaf of bread, and Herschel Walker, number 34, trailing the play, probably looking for a block, recovers a fumble. A little delay right there, almost somewhat of a pick as he came underneath one of his other receivers.
And it's first down, New Jersey at the Jacksonville 25, and they give it to Carthon, and Carthon is caught and brought down by Tom Dinkel, outside linebacker. Well, all of a sudden, we're talking about the Jacksonville defense, and they get burned, Larry Zonka. But you and Mr. Bullard and Mr. Cash all have got to be very happy about the turnout and support of your hometown.
Well, how happy. It's a great turnout. What we kind of expected this year, maximum was like 50,000 or 55. That's what we had our heart set on. And now to have 70, 75,000 people show up, it's just great.
It is 3rd and 3 for New Jersey. And it's pass with Bradley. Down the middle, Bowers, big tight end from Fordham, makes the catch, falls inside the 10. First and goal for New Jersey.
Well, here's a team that wasn't supposed to pass the ball a great deal. What they're getting now is a lot of man coverage, so Gene Bradley said, I'll just drop back and throw the football a little bit. And that's exactly what he's doing.
And Sam Bowers is not getting up. Sam, at 6'4", 255, took a lick, and he's still down on the field. So you've got a timeout for him.
We'll take a look at Bowers at the bottom of your screen. He's trying to get out here on the pass route. He's got linebacker coverage underneath. Not a lot of room, just makes a simple catch hanging on to it. Looks like he may have just right there, his knee may have gotten twisted underneath him.
Bradley is 7 out of 12. He's completed 4 passes in a row. You've got 10:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. A great one for the Miami Dolphins. Larry, you've got 39 players out of your total of 50 on your roster, all from the southern schools. But the state of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, they produce a lot of good football players down here.
Excellent. What's more is we get a chance to bring them from our local schools, our territorials around here, and you can see the net result in attendance in this stadium.
Larry, good to see you again. Good luck.
Good to see you.
Larry Zonka. Now it's first down and goal to go for the New Jersey Generals. The ball is on the Jacksonville 9, and the ball is faked and kept by Bradley, and Bradley is knocked down at the 1.
A naked bootleg by Bradley. Most quarterbacks have the option, if they see it, to fake the handoff without telling anyone on the offensive team, keep it and run the bootleg. They'll tell a wide receiver if he's wide to the outside, always look, I might be out there, need that one block. This time he just fakes it, palms the ball, goes around. They call it naked because there's no one out there to help him. There's no one out there in front of him to block. And he goes down after KG comes up with the tackle.
So it's second down and goal from the 1 for New Jersey. Trying to jump out to a pretty good lead in this ball game. Walker. Touchdown, New Jersey. So the big pass run play from Gene Bradley to Sam Bowers. The presence of Herschel Walker recovering the fumble, and New Jersey sticks it in the end zone.
The short run by Herschel is just a classic example of his strength. He gets a great block there from Carthon, who drives 2 people off the line there. Great block by Maurice. Then Herschel just has to go into the end zone. Almost untouched.
Ruzek for the extra point is good. He almost took that one out, too, looked like. So Herschel Walker scores again, and it is now 21-13. The New Jersey Generals. Sam Bowers being strapped there. Here's Mike Berry.
Keith, what we have here is a badly sprained left ankle, but not so bad to keep him out of play. There was a few minutes there where they thought maybe he was out of the ball game, but that's not it. Sam Bowers will be back in the ball game. Keith?
Thank you, Mike. New Jersey leading 21-13. Will kick off, as you saw the replay, and Sam was injured on the catch down the middle. The deep people are Gary Clark and Aubrey Matthews for Jacksonville. The Bulls need to respond now offensively as Matthews comes up to the 10. Bounces outside, penalty flag. Matthews is thrown out of bounds up around the 34, 35, but there's a penalty flag thrown back at the 22.
Now we can anticipate a little
against
clipping
Jacksonville.
Or holding.
Illegal block.
Or an illegal block.
Forgot that.
I forgot that one.
I want to say this, after watching last week's game in Birmingham, New Jersey, Birmingham, and after watching today, one of their principal complaints last year, very frankly and honestly, was the way the officiating was handled. It was slow, it was deliberate, and oftentimes inaccurate. But in the off-season, a tremendous amount of work was invested in it. New people recruited.
Illegal block above the waist, number 56.
Those that were in the striped shirts last year for the USFL spent a great amount of time working on their trade. And in the 2 games that we have seen so far in this new season, the officiating has been very efficient. Very efficient.
Well, of course, behind the push of Marvin Warner, principal owner of the Birmingham Stallions, they did 2 things.
More money for
which prompted that. 1 was more money, and 2, getting the 7th official on the field.
A lot to see. You need all the eyes you can get.
We could use a couple extras up there from time to time.
So Jacksonville is backed up now to its 12 for its first down. They trail by 8 points, 21-13, and Matt Robinson rolls it out. Looking to throw, goes down the middle with it to Bergmann. The big tight end puts his head down and roars to the 36 for a first down.
Paul Bergmann sending a message over to Sam Bowers. You're not the only big fella in town that can run with the football. That time, a naked bootleg by Matt Robinson, where he stretches out the coverage. Bergmann just waits a little bit, delays, comes out, picks up the pass, and he cut against the grain to pick up more yards.
Ball is just over the 35 for the first down. And Robinson on first down will throw. No pressure. Goes deep down the middle. Pass is too high. Pass was intended for number 89, Alton Alexis. And Gary Barbaro was back there with him, but the pass was over everybody.
He just forced that one in there. That one was in the coverage. The underneath coverage was too close to receiver, so he couldn't just drop it in. Deflected off, almost intercepted. So far in the day, Robinson has attempted 24 passes. Just to give you an idea where those passes have gone, he's thrown 3 times to the wide receivers, 5 times to the tight end, and 16 times to the running back.
So New Jersey's not giving him the deep stuff.
Not at all.
That pass is caught by Gary Clark. And Clark, a first-round draft pick from James Madison, has a first down and a penalty flag follows it, and New Jersey may get wrapped right here with a penalty.
Well, after Clark went down, I couldn't see who it was, the number. One of the players came in, speared him in the back. We'll take a look, see if we can pick it up. Right there he goes down, and LeClaire, number 55.
He knows better than that.
He knows better. But he also knows that if you can hit him, get one little shot in there, that might shake him up. Have him thinking about coming across the middle.
Personal foul, piling on, number 56, first down.
All that considered, a very excellent catch by Gary Clark in the crowd.
The football moves to the penalty down to the 37 of New Jersey, where it's a first down for Jacksonville. Robinson goes the other way with it. Gets his pass off, throws it away. Had nobody over there. His receiver had been completely taken away from him. He was in a position where the pressure was on him. He had to do something other than eat it. He threw it out of bounds.
Doesn't taste very good.
Nope. Matt is now 14 out of 26 for 190 yards. Intercepted twice. And one of those interceptions turned away a field goal possibility. The other resulted in a touchdown. Matt Robinson had 3 years with the Jets, time with the Denver Broncos, and 2 years at Buffalo. Finally found his way to the USFL, and he's had a pretty good start in the first 2 games. Pressure on, Lockett back for him, passes away, pass is caught down at the 30. Coming back to the ball, Gary Clark makes the catch.
Very good on the part of Matt Robinson and Gary Clark in demonstrating their individual ability to get the ball away and for the receiver to come back to the football. Look at the pressure he receives here. He can't get a whole lot on him, but watch Gary Clark, number 80, as he comes back to the football. If he had stood there, that ball could have been picked off, and he would not have had a target there for Matt Robinson. Look at the pressure. Coming in from the outside, from the inside. He pays the price.
That was Freddie Gilbert that belted him, the big rookie defensive end from Georgia, and back goes Robinson to throw. Robinson, oh, what a great, no, it's not complete, but what a great effort by Clark.
Keith, the yard marker was right in the way as he was coming down, so I couldn't see exactly what happened. But what it looked like happened is that he dove for the ball, caught it, and as he was coming down, even though it was in his hand, the ball touched the ground.
Well, Clark was the first-round pick, and he's beginning to show him why. Ball is just short of the 30. It is 4th down, and they need about 4.5 to keep the ball. And they're going for it. And the crowd is up. And Robinson looks and throws, and he's got his first down. The pass is complete to Aubrey Matthews of Delta State.
May I say this at this point in time, for those people who said there is not wide open football in the USFL, welcome to Jacksonville, Florida. I have not seen in my 9 years, unless it was sheer desperation, a team go for a 4th down with 3 yards to go, and this team does it. 4 yards to go. Aubrey Matthews, the man who caught the first score for Jacksonville against the Federals, comes up with a big play.
First down from the 21. Up the middle goes Mason down to the 11 and close to a first down before Leopold can wrestle him down. This bunch of kids, they want it, don't they?
They want it real bad. I think they realize they're almost thinks it hurt them. He just pops through that line right there. He keeps his feet churning. No one tackles him. Everyone was hitting him, but no one wrapped the arms around him to bring him down. Until he had picked up a first down just outside the 10, which means they can also get another first down at the 1 inch line.
Robinson almost fumbled the snap. Coming off the snap, he holds onto the ball and takes it down with him right about the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a couple of feet on the play.
Let's just take a look to see what happens. That time it just looked like the center got the ball back and was just trying to get quickness off the ball to engage the defensive nose tackle. Ball slipped up in the air. Fortunately, they recovered it.
So it's second down. The ball is now at the 11. You got McClendon up there in the slot, number 21. Crowd roaring so much, I don't know if they can hear. Robinson looks and throws it away.
Man-to-man coverage and what looked like a delayed blitz. Number 74, Jim Byrne, was the man putting the pressure on Matt Robinson as he knocks him down.
Grit in his teeth, too, because he took a wallop from number 74, Jim Byrne. Byrne just drove him into the ground.
Well, we said at the top of the show that the New Jersey Generals wanted to make this a physical football game. They didn't want Matt Robinson to have a lot of time. They wanted the receivers, the back, and Matt to pay a price for putting the ball in the air.
It is third down and 10 from the 11. Double wide, top of the picture, bring a man back toward the middle. That's Matthews. Robinson has some time, gets it away, pass is caught, and short of the first down to Alton Alexis. Alexis had turned back toward the goal line, was trying to stretch for the first down, and he just simply couldn't get there.
Alton just couldn't get turned upfield to get any power behind that move. He gets a blitz here. It's man-to-man coverage. He gets excellent protection, steps into the pocket. He finds Alton, and watch him as he starts to turn up. He just doesn't have that forward momentum. He can't take on
Gregory Johnson.
Gregory Johnson one-on-one there.
Timeout on the field. It's charged to Jacksonville with 5:40. Lindy Infante has decided to send Danny Miller into the ball game and go for the field goal. He wants the 3 here. Miller missed the point after earlier.
You see Miller in the ball game. He missed the extra point. And a short field goal is not a guaranteed thing.
20 yards. Robinson holds. Kick is up. Kick is good. So it is now 21-16 in this football game with 5 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the third quarter. Remember, I think it was Paul Bergman who said it'll probably be settled in the fourth quarter.
Jim Lampley again in New York. On the West Coast, the Los Angeles Express are in danger of falling to their second defeat of the season. A 1-yard touchdown run by Cliff Stout, set up by a Stout scramble, has put Birmingham's Stallions on top of the LA Express. 14-7, they are in the third quarter. Now back to Keith Jackson in Jacksonville.
Here it is 21-16 New Jersey, and here is the crowd. A new USFL record of 73,227. That breaks the record set a week ago in Birmingham at 62,300. So Jacksonville had in mind all week long a new attendance record, and the city and the surrounding area delivered. And the Bulls kick off. Miller hangs it very high and quite short, and it's bobbled by Pegues, and he has to cover it back on the 10. Mike Williams and Rod Pegues got tangled up on the short kick, and they have to cover the ball back on the 10.
Last week against the Birmingham Stallions, the New Jersey Generals enjoyed very good field position throughout most of the ball game. Also last week against the Washington Federals, the Jacksonville Bulls had great field position, which accounted in a great part for their 53 points. Today's ball game has seen really Jacksonville having to go most of the distance to score points. Now let's see what the New Jersey Generals can do when they have to go 91 yards for a touchdown.
They put it on the 9, where it's first down. That's Clarence Harmon. No, Maurice Carthon, 33. And he is wrestled down at the line of scrimmage, just short of the 10.
Fernando Jackson came in. He had a clear shot. He had a full chest on which to put his helmet and shoulder pads, and he took advantage of it. Just laid right into him. Nice tackle, classic tackle. Just bent him right over behind the line of scrimmage. Watch him come in right there. Full chest shot. Arms wrapped around. No chance for Maurice Carthon to go anywhere but on his back.
Walker is back in now to join Carthon as the setback behind Bradley. On second down, and still about 10. Bradley back to throw. Delivers it in a hurry. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Vaughn Johnson, an inside linebacker, and Jacksonville has the ball inside the 15.
Give half that interception to number 99, Joe Costello. 1 year in Canadian football from Central Connecticut, 6'3", 260 pounds. He puts the pressure on Gene Bradley that causes the interception right here. Oh, Gene Bradley saw him coming and said, I don't want any part of it. feet came out from underneath him. We'll see it again here. Beck going out for the pass. Just picked right off clean.
First down at the 11-yard line for Jacksonville. That's Mason. Boy, does he take a lick from Lockett at the line of scrimmage in Woodland. Woodland and Lockett. He picked up about 2 yards as he crossed the 10 to the 9.
Yeah, both Mason and Leopold in there getting rid of all the people up in front. So they're clear shots to the tackle. Lynn Madison, that is.
Mason has picked up 53 yards. The rest of the runners, the few that have seen the ball, -3. So Larry is the ground game for Jacksonville. Now you got McClendon up there in the slot becoming a wide receiver. Here's a double reverse. It goes to Matthews, and Matthews is caught behind the line of scrimmage back on the 21 by Lynn Matson, the defensive end.
They had a blitz coming on that time. Linebackers are shooting on the inside. Lynn Madison had outside responsibility. So when he came up the field, this reverse actually just took off and developed too quickly. Madison didn't have time to get full. So he was in perfect position. Lynn Madison, that is.
So the ball is sitting back near the 22 now, in between 21 and 22 hash marks, where it is third down for Jacksonville. So that little bit of fancy stuff backfired. Matt Robinson back to throw. Passes away. Pass to Larry Mason. Slides down at the 19. So it is fourth down, and out comes the place kicker probably. Yep, Miller's on his way. So they went to the cute stuff at the wrong time. But you never know. Yeah, how do you know that the blitz is coming when you send the play in? How do you know Madsen's going to be in the right place at the right time?
That's true. Plus the fact that New Jersey has not blitzed a great deal throughout this afternoon. I'm sure it was not anticipated.
36-yard field goal try for Danny Miller. He has hit one just 2 minutes ago from 20.
Michael, your little boy is waiting for you at the information booth.
Robert Young snaps it. The kick is away. It's good. And you got a 2-point ball game now with 1 minute and 48 seconds to play in the third quarter. New Jersey 21 and the Jacksonville Bulls 19. Next Sunday, busy day for USFL teams. Total of 7 games are scheduled, 4 of them shown there, the other 3 there. 2 of those games will be carried by ABC, and the decision on those games announced early next week. Well, there's a lot of football coming for you next Sunday from the USFL. 21-19 ball game. This kick is a low sailing kick that is fielded cleanly by Pagees now, and he gets good upfield blocking. But they're downfield. There is a diving shoestring tackle by number 24, Marvin Lewis. But they get it up across the 20, and they'll mark it at the 27. The 2 coaches, Lindy and Fonte, a moment ago you saw. This is Walt Michaels. After many years in the NFL coming over, and the relative comparison of the quarterbacks in today's game. As New Jersey comes up, leading by 2 points, and Herschel Walker goes in motion. Carthon outside. Top 4, and a lot of whacking and cracking on the tackle.
Well, that time the offensive line of New Jersey, as we look at the defense, the offensive, hello there on the bench. The offensive line here from New Jersey comes out. They pull both guards. They're pushing people downfield, but the linebackers maintain lateral movement. They move to the ball and then make the game tackle. That was fine except for one small detail. They don't want to get pushed off the line of scrimmage that far.
About 4.5 yards on that carry by Carthon. Set up for the same motion to the same place. Carthon comes back the other way, and he is nailed. Right about the line of scrimmage, Fernando Jackson and Joe Costello from Florida and Central Connecticut, respectively.
See, so far in this ball game, the workload seems to be falling on Maurice Carthon. which leads me to believe that maybe Herschel's shoulders might be bothering him a little bit more than he said, and that early in the ball game he could have re-injured himself.
We both have 46 yards, but Herschel's carried it 16 times compared to Maurice's 13. Third quarter is over, so it's 21-19 New Jersey, and we will continue with the final period of play after this message of the word from our local station. 21-19 ball game. It'll be third down, short 6, long 5, however you like it, for the New Jersey Generals. The ball is just over the New Jersey 32. Bradley will throw. Blitz on, pass away, pass incomplete. Covering on the play, Sammy Brown, and he knocked that ball away from Jeff Speck.
Sammy Brown's having a very good afternoon. Man-to-man coverage. They call the blitz. Both inside linebackers coming, crossing, trying to put pressure on. Ball just gets away. Take a look here. Speck comes across. There are 2 receivers right here. Sammy Brown sees it come in, just thrown behind him. He's able to get one hand in and knock it down.
Gary Clark is deep. Tim cuts in to punt. The wind should affect the ball somewhat, kicking from left to right. It has all day. He gets it out of there, and it's not a very good kick. But it does take a New Jersey roll. And it rolls and rolls all the way down to the 33-yard line of Jacksonville. A 36-yard punt with no return. And Jacksonville will start out pretty good field position out near its 33.
Under new head coach Dick Bielski, still behind on the scorecard. Moments ago, former Penn State Nittany Lion Chuck Fusina threw to former Pitt Panther Willie Collier, 38 yards, a touchdown that has made it now Philadelphia Stars 17, Washington Federal 6 in the 4th. Keith Jackson in Jacksonville.
And back here in the Gator Bowl, it's a 21-19 ball game with the third quarter stats.
Well, I don't think anything there is unexpected. The turnovers unused high for Jacksonville has cost them some points. Everything else about even. Passing yards for the Jacksonville Bulls, obviously high because that's what they do best. They lost yards actually on that reverse. That's why they're 39 yards in rushing.
Robinson on first down from outside the 32 goes for the bundle, and Matthews can't run it down. They hooked up last week on a big one like that, but Little Aubrey couldn't quite get to that one. Terry Daniels, pretty good coverage.
Well, if nothing else, you get an idea of how strong Matt Robinson's arm is. He throws the ball about right. Well, I mistimed it. He threw that ball before Aubrey Matthews had caught up to Daniels. Aubrey Matthews was a good 3 yards still in front of Daniels when he released the ball. Aubrey made up the yards, but just not quite enough to catch up with the football.
He threw it about 55. Second down and 10. Sideline, pressure, overthrew it. Again, Matthews out there and getting pressure again from James Lockett, big fella from Missouri. Memphis Showboats, 23-7. Looks like the Showboats are going to win one. I'll tell you, these expansion teams are warped. They're not easy, are they?
Well, the league is this is the second year for the league, so for an expansion team to come in only 1 year behind.
Not bad.
It's not bad. They haven't really got that much ground to make up.
Third down and 10 for Jacksonville now. Robinson going big again down the middle, and it is incomplete. Gary Clark trying to haul it down all the way down at the 18. So a little change in tactics on that possession by Jacksonville as they choose to go deep.
Now that time they had Gary Barbaro, number 26, all-pro safety from the Kansas City Chiefs. They caught him up short. He's got to get back deep in the coverage. Right there, he's looking, trying to read the quarterback. They've got him up short playing the tight end. And he lets receiver Clark get right behind him. Ball overthrown. The ball had to be thrown that far, Keith, because there were people coming in from the outside. Thrown short, it would have been picked off.
So it brings up a 4th down and a kicking down for Jacksonville. Hendry gets it out of there, and he hits a howitzer. It's a beauty. Barbaro goes way back to his 8. No, it is Mike Williams back to his 18, and he calls fair catch. A 50-yard punt for Hendry.
He took his time with that one, Keith. Just waited a while. He had good protection.
They actually give New Jersey possession of the ball just short of the 20. So it's first down. Time remaining, 13:55. 21-19 score, New Jersey. Ball goes to Herschel Walker. That's his second carry of the second half. And he moves out to about the 22, close to the 23.
Kate, so far I have been pleasantly surprised by the ability of the Jacksonville defense to stay in this ball game. They have not let the offensive line of the New Jersey Generals completely blow them away and dominate this ball game. They've hung in there, played a very aggressive football game. The defensive core that calls them 100%ers. Not a great abundance of talent, but each guy gives you 100% and goes for it.
Second down, about 8. Pass is incomplete off the hands of Norris Brown. Brown was slanting in from what amounts to a tight end position, though he had flexed out about 3 yards. And the ball was tipped, it looked like, and then ricochets off his hand.
Well, that looked like a pick play.
Yep, it did, didn't it?
Clarence Collin came out there. As we look at the play selection so far, 33 runs for New Jersey, 15 pass, and just about the opposite for Jacksonville.
That's what we expected.
That's what we expected coming in the ball game. They have not given us anything more than that.
Harmon and Walker, the setbacks. New Jersey 3 out of 10 on 3rd down conversions. They're looking at 3rd and 8. Walker goes in motion. If they throw, he might be one of the potential receivers. They go the other way, the short man, and the pass is intended for Speck. Tom Dinkel almost pulled it down himself for an interception.
Well, Speck comes out the short route, control route, but Dinkel didn't even see the ball coming out there. He's busy playing the man. When they turn around, the ball's thrown behind Speck. He's reaching for it. Dinkel has got his eyes on number 81, not the ball.
And so Jacksonville's going to get it back now. And that series by New Jersey only used 59 seconds of the clock.
And not much of the turf, so Jacksonville should have, if nothing else, excellent field position.
They've got 9 people up. As Matthews drops back as the short man. Pressure's on cuts. He gets it out of there. And it is Matthews, the short man. So it was a good move by Aubrey, dropping off the line of scrimmage and making the fair catch at midfield. A 27-yard punt by Tim Cutts. The crowd is having a time. 73,227, a new league record. Their team owns the football just right on midfield, where it is first down. 21-19, New Jersey leading by 2. McClendon to the top of the picture. Robinson back to throw. Pass is off. Pass is good to Clark. And Clark fumbles the football.
I think he got it back. Looked like he got a hand out and pulled it back in. He looked like an Indian circling the wagons after he caught that pass.
He was certainly busy trying to get it back.
He caught it, and what he was thinking, well, I've run my route to the inside. I've got everybody coming from the outside in. I'm going to cut back to the outside. But as soon as he did that, he saw the crowd. See, he's circling back. He sees the corner still there. He tries to go inside again. Right there, Jim LeClaire makes the hit. But he's still aware of what's going on. He scoops the ball up, brings it back in.
And it's first down Jacksonville, just inside the 38 of New Jersey. I don't know how they can hear. This crowd is so noisy. Robinson back to throw. To the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Bergman with a diving try right on the chalk.
That time Matt Robinson had to read the entire field. He looked down the center. He had some people going down the middle, but they had 2 safeties back deep. Then he had to look for his people short. Most of them were covered. Wisely threw a safe pass to the sideline, but still incomplete.
You got Matthews, Clark, and Wyatt Henderson in there now as your 3 wide receivers. Now he's going to move Henderson over. And Robinson to throw. Again, has time, passes away, pass is good. Pass is caught by Aubrey Matthews. And it's another first down for Jacksonville at the New Jersey 17.
We talked to Coach Lenny Infante, and we asked him about Aubrey Matthews. He said when the kid came in, you looked there and said, you can't fool yourself. How many 5'7", 165-pound wide receivers can you keep on the football team? I don't think we're going to keep him here very long. But the young man came in, started running better routes, started catching the football. He's come up with big plays for him in both ball games so far.
Robinson is now thrown for 248 yards, 20 out of 37. They run it. Carrying it is Larry Mason. And Mason, a penalty flag is thrown as Mason fights his way to about the 12. Let's see if Jacksonville's hurt itself here with a mistake.
Holding, maybe?
Could be.
No, against New Jersey.
It's the other way.
I couldn't quite get that signal. I think he might have been face masked.
Tommy Miller's a referee. He'll sort it out and tell us what it was, but it's against New Jersey.
It's only a 5-yard penalty.
Face mask, number 55, defense.
Jim LeClaire.
Unintentional face mask in this attempt to make a tackle.
But it's first down and goal for Jacksonville on the New Jersey 8. With 11:05 to play in the football game, New Jersey leading 21-19. Mason up the middle, fumbles in the end zone. And New Jersey's got the football. It is Terry Daniels.
What a time to have another turnover. Number 32, Larry Mason. Good, hard running as he comes to the line, knowing that, well, in the passing offense, you're not going to get many opportunities to run the ball. He's got 2 hands on it. Right there, it just gets away from him. He scampers forward. Terry Daniels gets over, recovers it for New Jersey, and he saves it.
But it's the 4th turnover. 4.
But there is some discussion on the field. I do not know what it involves at this moment. I'm looking at players for Jacksonville saying, once you cross the plane, it's a touchdown. There's certainly a touchdown. It should not be a fumble. It came after he crosses the line.
Here it is.
We have a fumble in the end zone recovered by the white team. It is a touchdown.
I don't think he had possession when he crossed the plane to the goal line. That's the point.
The players are just arguing. What he's saying here is that after the ball was fumbled in the end zone,
see, he lost it right there.
He loses it there.
He lost it on about the one when Leopold hit it.
Then, because it's a fumble recovery, and New Jersey jumped on it, it's called a touchback. It comes out. They get possession at the 20-yard line.
The ball was definitely loose before he crossed the goal line.
That's always that gray area in those judgment calls. The players try and get in on it. In theory, once he crosses the plane, it's a touchdown. But you see there, he hasn't crossed the plane. He's not in the end zone, and the ball is loose. And of course, the fans here cheering their famous, what they're trying to make their most popular cheer, Bulls hit. That time they didn't hit anything. They lost the football. Take another look. He just loses control of the football. No one actually hits it. It's a fumble all the way.
And New Jersey will go to work from the 20. First down, leading by 2. They just got away with something there as Carthon bounces outside and keeps on pounding. Boy, a good hard run by Maurice Carthon for 9 yards.
Don Gutzlow, number 46, was on his knees for a while, slow to get up. He should have been stopped. Had it been stopped at the initial contact, it would have been a 2-yard gain.
Birmingham showing their strength, and I tell you, Birmingham's a pretty good football team. They're going to beat a lot of people this year.
I think
L.A.
that last game we saw last week was Birmingham and New Jersey. Both teams seemed like they were trying not to lose a ball game as much as they should have been trying to win. And of course, Joe Cribbs, after a couple of weeks of practice in earnest, will have that crisp style of his back.
Second down and 1.5. Go to Walker. And Walker's got the first down for New Jersey out at the 32.
Turnovers are always an important part of the ball game, as you see 10 minutes clicking down on the clock. And I don't mean to sound trite when I say this, but turnovers are even more important in this particular ball game. The Jacksonville Bulls, a very chancy kind of offense. The ball is always in the air. They can't afford to turn the ball over because usually it's an interception, which means possession leaves. The New Jersey Generals, if they possess the football and are playing well, they're going to eat up the clock. They're going to run it. Cut down on opportunities for Jacksonville.
Jacksonville showing a 5-man front right now. And they'll just keep giving it to those big backs. That's Carthon, and Carthon runs it out to the 42, just short of a first down. Just short.
5-man front. What they have is just linebackers crouching down at the line of scrimmage. Ooh. Herschel Walker got hit pretty hard there by number 52, Tom Dinkle. I think what you'll see now, Keith, are the players on the Jacksonville defense trying to strip that ball, trying to go for those hits that will pop it loose, but they can't forget the tackle, or else Carthon will drive for more yards.
Maurice now with 6 to 7 yards in the ball game, and this is Walker popping to the outside. And Herschel with a big run down to the Jacksonville 41 before Sammy Brown can bring him down. So now the New Jersey strength beginning to show up with 8:45 to play in the game, and they lead by 2 after Jacksonville fumbled away the go-ahead touchdown. Fourth quarter at Chicago, making a comeback as Glenn Ford runs it in to make it a 23-13 ball game up there.
Went for 2 points and they failed.
Ball is at the 42 of the Bulls now. New Jersey marching for the first down. This is Carthon outside. Down at the 40. Coming up, 33 Johnson, 22 Gray for the Bulls. They're going to have to gamble some now. They're going to do some blitzing.
They're going to have to do some blitzing. They're going to have to try and just get them in a position where they can pop the ball loose.
Force a New Jersey mistake if they can.
I don't think just having more people at the line of scrimmage is going to do it, especially when you're only bringing up your linebackers to the line of scrimmage.
Going to have to send a corner or a safety.
First, you got to get them the pass.
Bradley throws it short to the tight end Speck, and he makes the catch at the 34. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Bradley so far playing a very commendable football game. Has not made many mistakes. Showed some poise. Now he faces probably the most important 3rd down so far in this ball game.
At 6:50 to play in the game. 21-19 New Jersey. Jacksonville fumbled away a touchdown at the goal line. They would have given the lead. Carthon is stacked up. Penalty flag thrown across the field by the linesman. Might be an offside here. Nope, it's on New Jersey. So there's your mistake. He's short of the first down. It'll be 4th and very short to keep the ball, or it depends on the penalty. If it's 10 yards for holding, they'll probably take the penalty.
Well, with Maurice Carthon and Herschel Walker in your backfield, I would not chance it at refusing a penalty and giving them the ball with 4.5 yards.
Yep.
Illegal formation, number 68 on the offense, 4th down.
Well, it's a short penalty, 5 yards. And they wave it off. Jacksonville is going to give New Jersey a shot at it at 4th and 2. 4th and 2. And New Jersey calls timeout. They want to talk about it. Bradley will go to the sideline.
Something looks awfully different out there. On one side of the field, looks like it's 4th and 2. Then I look at the yard markers on the near side of the field, looks like it's 4th and about 3. 3.5.
Ball sitting right on the 34. And the marker is on the 32. So I would say it's 4th down and 2. New Jersey is talking about what they want to do. New Jersey will punt. Cutts is in to punt the ball. Nobody deep for Jacksonville. Nobody.
They may try and just draw an outside penalty here. But the 30-second clock is not moving.
Low snap. Kick is away. It's straight up in the air. Going to go down about the 15. It bounces high in the air, and New Jersey now will let it roll, and it's continuing to roll, and it is put down on about the 2 of Jacksonville. So the Bulls get the ball back, but they are 98 yards away from the New Jersey goal line, 6:23 to play.
There's a big finish brewing in the LA Coliseum after Cribbs' 18-yard run had put Birmingham ahead 21-7. This Kevin Nelson 2-yard touchdown was set up by a 43-yard pass from replacement quarterback Frank Sirer to Anthony Allen. Now with Sirer in the game, LA has cut the Birmingham margin to 21-14. We take you back to Keith Jackson.
The Jacksonville Bulls here in the Gator Bowl, trailing by 2 points, having fumbled away the go-ahead touchdown in their last possession, have the football at their own 2. First down. Last time they were down here trying to work it out, Robinson threw a touchdown, threw an interception. Leopold, 16-yard touchdown. He's thrown another one. He's thrown another interception to Jim LeClaire at the 17.
Let's take a look. I don't think that he was under any tremendous amount of pressure. He's got all day long. He throws it. I think he tried to anticipate Bergmann coming in underneath LeClaire, released it. Bergmann, as he stated earlier, has 3 or 4 options on each route. Now he, instead of going underneath, goes behind him. Robinson anticipates wrongly, and it's now New Jersey ball.
First down at the Jacksonville 18. Carthon behind the line of scrimmage at the 20. Loss of 2 yards. Here's Mike Berry.
This is really turning into some kind of a dogfight, Jim.
Oh, boy, I tell you, they're a good team, you know. We expected this when we came in here. We knew how they could move the ball and what they did last week, so you're right, it's a dogfight. Still a lot of time left, even.
5.5 minutes. Can you stop Robinson? He's been giving you fits all day.
Well, he's been tough, yeah. We've been taking advantage of some turnovers, so I hope we can. We just got to see what happens here next 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Thank you, Jim. Keith.
All righty.
Well, the advantage for Jim LeClaire is that he's seen that offense for over a decade in Cincinnati, so he knows what Lindy's up to.
Second down and 12 from the 20 for New Jersey. There goes Bradley on a bootleg. Down to the 8, to the 7, before Billy Caesar brings him down. So Bradley, for the second time in the ball game, bootlegs it out there and picks up big yardage.
Picks up big yardage, brings him inside the 10. Billy Caesar, number 20, the cornerback, was picked up from Birmingham. He's a good cover man. Right there.
He's just short of the first down, it appears, as you see the final from the Philadelphia-Washington game. They're going to bring the chains on to ascertain whether or not it is a first down. It's very close. It would be first and goal about the 8, just inside the 8 for New Jersey. The chains have to come all the way across. So the Philadelphia Stars have not had it easy, but they have won their first 2. And they play at New Jersey next week. One of the big ball games next week in the USFL will match up Michigan at Denver.
That will be a good matchup. I'll tell you what may be the most exciting matchup, or potentially the most exciting matchup, is a game between Jacksonville and Tampa.
Yeah, that'll be
That'll be a long one, too, Keith.
Yeah, the ball will be flying around, won't it? Well, it is first down and goal for New Jersey. Let's call it the 7-yard line. It's closer to the 7.
In that ball game, you could have more balls in the air than birds flying south for the winner.
Well, the offense committing turnovers, costing Jacksonville opportunities and providing opportunities for New Jersey. And here goes Herschel Walker, and he's down to the 5.
That naked bootleg that Bradley ran the play before is probably about as fancy as they are going to get down here. Time is on their side now. They have possession, just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. They have it on the 5-yard line. If they can just punch it in, take the full 30 seconds to execute each play, it'll be in the 2-minute range before they finish with this possession. And, more important, 7 points on the board.
28-19 if they can convert, which would give them a 9-point lead. You can go for 2, but you can't go for 3. Here's another bootleg by Bradley. Touchdown! Gene Bradley got away from number 52, Tom Dackel, and just got it across. And what a big play by the New Jersey quarterback.
Well, on the first move against Dackel, he used good footwork, and the last move, he used good common sense. He just ducked, saved himself, and got into the end zone. Again, the 3rd time he's run it, twice for big yardage, this time for a touchdown.
Now, here's the biggest point in the ball game right here. If they miss it, Jacksonville's still got a chance. Well, I guess they've still got a chance regardless, but they got to make it.
They blocked.
It's wrapped at the line of scrimmage, but it's got just enough momentum and just barely cleared the crossbar. I don't think it cleared the crossbar more than a yard at the most.
The only way that ball could get over the goalpost is because there's a little leprechaun riding on it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he almost missed it or was a bad hole or what, but it could have been tipped by somebody. But I'll bet you one thing, Walt Michaels held his breath while it was creeping over.
Last week he kicked one for 51 yards, which is a big field goal in the ball game. And this week, nothing but problems for the young man, but so it goes in the kicking game. Right now, it's 28-19 in favor of New Jersey.
It has been what I would call a Kipling performance for Jacksonville. If. Everywhere you turn, there's an if. Here, Val Brown, number 70, gets his hand on the ball. If he'd have had a little more of his hand on the ball, it would not have gone over. But it did. And it's a 9-point lead. If Jacksonville had not turned it over 5 times, they would have the lead in the ball game. If. Right now, New Jersey by 9, 3:26 to play, 28-19, the Generals lead. The kickoff is short and high. At the 13, Gary Clark. Caught around the 20. Run down by John Joyce, the linebacker for the Generals. And Memphis has won its first game of the year, beating Chicago 23-13. And Walter Lewis out of Alabama threw 3 touchdown passes. Walter Lewis will turn out to be, I think, a heck of a quarterback in professional football. I'm talking about a guy run. He's dynamite when he gets loose in the open field.
Don't want to see that too much by QB.
Robinson on first down from the 20, goes to the air, sideline pattern wide. Henderson good up to the 28, 27. Out of bounds, stopping the clock, 2:58 to play.
There you see Lindy Infante signaling in the plays. Robinson. Wyatt Henderson was picked up in the expansion draft from the Oakland Invaders.
Big day for Robinson, but those 3 interceptions, 2 of them resulting in touchdowns. Sideline again, off the hands of Henderson this time. Didn't look at home.
Got to bring it in. He's right there on the sideline.
Henderson.
Harry Kemp, 85, goes in. And Mason comes out for Jacksonville. Henderson comes out for Jacksonville. 2:53 to play in the game. Michael Whiting now is in the backfield. He scored the first touchdown of the day. Robinson's pass, good. It is Aubrey. No, it's Kemp, 85. 85 Kemp. comes up with a catch and the run and moves it up for a first down at the 48 of Jacksonville, and 2:35 to play in the game.
No huddle, right to the line of scrimmage.
Fumble picked up by Robinson. He's running and dives his way down to the 45.
That's the third time today they've had problems with the exchange from the center to the quarterback. Here it costs him time as the clock now ticks down to 2:16.
Out of bounds, kills the clock.
Gary Clark.
Penalty flag. That's going to tack on some more yards. And Clark stepped out, was knocked out at the New Jersey 34.
Gary Clark was all alone. I have to believe that there was some follow-up in the coverage. Linebackers either dropped back too deep or the corner was supposed to stay up, and he also dropped back. Nonetheless, Gary Clark was on the sideline, unmolested, picked up the pass. When he stepped out of bounds to stop the clock, he was hit. Another 15 yards, a costly 15 yards.
2:10 to play. And remember, the clock stops now on every first down inside the final 2 minutes.
The ball now inside the 20.
That's 4 flags on New Jersey.
Late hit out of bounds on the white team, first down.
See right there, Johnson pushing him after he stepped out of bounds. Jesse Johnson.
First down on the 18 of New Jersey. Robinson's pass good to Bergman. Bergman is down to the 7.
If they mark it as forward progress, it's a first down. I think it'll be close enough to stop the clock and at least take a measurement. Take a look at Bergman. It's a crossing route. Robinson reading. Bergman running one of his 3 or 4 options on this route. Just drifts right in behind the linebacker there. Robinson picks it up, fires it in there. Bergman running from side to side.
2 minutes to go in the football game. Robinson now with 300 yards and trying to close the 9-point gap. With 2 minutes to play, it is first down Jacksonville, just inside the New Jersey 8. They put it in the end zone here. They've still got a chance. Crowd is up. 73,227. Robinson's pass to the corner. No, off the hands of Aubrey Matthews. He had ducked away from number 22, Jesse Johnson, but the pass was drilled by Matt Robinson, and he had to throw it hard for that pattern.
He certainly did, because Jesse Johnson was in position. Had he floated that pass, he could have stepped in front of him and picked it off. He had to drill it out to make sure he couldn't. You see him right there reaching out. Aubrey just couldn't hang on to it. Tough catch to make, but one I wished he would. One I'm sure he wished he would have.
1:05.6 to play. Second down. Robinson getting some pressure. Gets it away down the middle. Incomplete. Pass intended for Perry Kemp. And Robinson is leveled by number 90, Freddie Gilbert.
That time, number 27, Gregory Johnson, was the man for New Jersey on the play. Give Matt Robinson credit for having confidence in his receivers. Many quarterbacks drop back to pass, will not throw the ball unless that receiver is wide open. Matt Robinson has the arm to drill it in and the confidence in his people to give them a chance to come up with the tough catch.
It is third down and goal to go. Touchdown, Clark. Gary Clark.
Probably has never played in a stadium before and had an audience of 70,000+ people watching him, and today he has turned in a very outstanding performance. A clutch catch for the touchdown. 1:45 in the ball game. Here's the extra point.
Danny Miller. Good. So with 1 minute and 45 seconds to play, the Bulls fight back. They trail by just 2.
Just take another look at it. Nothing fancy about it. Gary Clark coming in on what looked like a quick slant. Robinson waiting for him. Gets the arm pass. gets a pass past the outstretched arms of one of the defensive linemen, and it's a catch for the score.
You kick it away or you go onside?
That's it. I'd go for the onside. You have to.
At 1:45?
1:45.
You got 2 timeouts.
You got 2 timeouts, but you've got an offensive team of the New Jersey Generals that can possess the football. They would run it down your throat and eat up that little precious time.
Those are the games scheduled for next week. 7 games next Sunday. We'll have 2 of them for you. They'll be announced early next week. 2:30 starting time, Eastern time. We have seen a dandy here. They go 80 yards in 8 plays using 1 minute and 41 seconds in that possession. You've got 1 minute and 45 to play in the game. Now the question is whether or not they want to kick it deep or whether they want to go onside.
I saw them practicing one of those high looping onside kicks where they try and kick it down about 15 yards downfield, get the fast people down to recover it.
Ball's loose. They've got it. Jacksonville has got it. The ball bounced away from Clarence Collins, and the Bulls have got it. Comes out of there with the ball.
He kicks it hard enough. Right there, Collins has a chance to get it. He can't hang on to it. And Jacksonville's Chester G comes up with it. Ball's at midfield. There's 1 minute and 44 seconds to go. Jacksonville, all the turnovers in the world, may have a chance to pull it out here.
Down the middle. Pass is caught by Bergmann.
What a looked like it might have been picked off. He just came up with a great grab, concentration all the way. It's a first down. The clock stops. They move the chains.
Ball is on the New Jersey 38-yard line. A field goal can win it for Jacksonville. 28-26 New Jersey. Robinson back. No pressure. Sideline. Clark out of bounds. Short of a first down, but he's killed the clock at the New Jersey 32. 6-yard pickup. 1.5 minutes to play. Incredible ball game.
The Jacksonville Bulls, they have 72,277 people. They want to give them a reason to come back and fill it up. This stadium holds 81,000.
Second down, 4 at the New Jersey 32. Robinson to throw it. Passes away. Bergmann holds on. Leopold almost cut him in half. And he held onto the football, and he has a first down, and that stops the clock at 1:22 to play.
And not only does he hold on to it, he gets up. Look, he's grabbed by Jim LeClaire by the face mask. He gets hit here by Leopold. Then he bounces back up. He's ready for the next play.
At the 27 of New Jersey, first down. Robinson goes to the corner. It is overthrown, incomplete, intended for Kemp. And Robinson took a whack from Madsen.
He had number 24, Marvin Lewis, wide open to his right, but he was looking downfield and to his left, did not see him. He could have caught that pass and picked up at least another 8 yards before he met contact. If you saw that camera, the picture shaking a little bit, that's because of all the people in the stadium stomping their feet. Everyone standing, no one sitting down in expectation of a score by Jacksonville.
Second down and 10. Robinson's pass thrown short over the top of Aubrey Matthews, Jim LeClaire, and Jacksonville begs the ball and doesn't get it. 1:06 to play. Now you're at 3rd and 10.
Jim LeClaire talked to him before the game. Very nice man. All these penalties, his aggressive play, that's the experience he's trying to use to intimidate all these people, all the people for the Jacksonville Bulls on the football field.
They've got Kemp in the backfield. Now they send him in motion. 3rd and 10. If they don't get it here, it'll be Miller. They run it. And it goes to Marvin Lewis, and Lewis runs the ball to the right hash mark and down to the 24, and it's time to call on number 1, Danny Miller.
He's already halfway on the football field.
You've got 47 seconds to play. It is 4th down for Jacksonville, and the ball is just inside the 24 of New Jersey. Jacksonville, 2 timeouts. New Jersey with 1 timeout. And it's got to be Miller right here. He's hit from 20. He's hit from 36.
Bay Bandits beat Arizona by a field goal. This game may also come down to the field goal, as did the Michigan game last night. Let's go down the
timeout. Here's Mike Berry.
Keith, I'm down here with Chester G, the man that made the big fumble recovery. You're giving your chance at the last gasp of life.
Yeah, well, it felt pretty good. I've had a feeling I was going to get the ball when I got out there, and I got out there, saw the ball loose, and jumped on it.
4th and 6, back upstairs.
Dave Odie has come on the field, and Dave out of UCLA will snap it. Matt Robinson will hold it, and Dan Miller from the University of Miami will kick it. He will kick it from the 31. It'll be about a 41-yard field goal. It is up. It is no good. It is no good. Plenty of leg, plenty of height, but it looked like it stayed right.
Take a look at it here from our end zone camera. It gets a good foot into it. It's got distance. Looks like it's going to go right in between the uprights. Looks good. Oh, that's a close call by the official.
The official on that side fell down. He was on his hands and knees. See him scrambling to get back up, but as he comes up, he's waving no.
And the other official is giving him a look. I'd like to get a closer look at.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it is oh so close. He was in the best position to make the call.
It's at the 24 for New Jersey. They lead by 2 points. Jacksonville with 2 timeouts remaining. 40 seconds to play in the game. Bradley takes the snap and sits down at the 21. And immediately Jacksonville calls timeout.
We can just sit here and look at each other and shake our heads. This football game was an exciting ball game. Jacksonville, some of the players now have to be talking to themselves. The 5 turnovers in this ball game, oh so crucial. 2 of the interceptions resulting in touchdowns. 1, an intercepted pass run in for a touchdown. Right there, I think you have to say, were the keys to this ball game and causing the Jacksonville team to be behind by only 2 points. Let's take another look at the field goal. Miller gets into it. Now just take a look at the ball. It goes into the uprights. It's higher than the uprights. The official has to be underneath it and behind it just to see if it clears at that moment inside. Now right there, it appears to be just outside, but you have to look at it from the moment it was right over the goalpost. The official slipped. It is so difficult to tell from here, even with that camera shot, whether it is good. The only way you'd be able to tell whether that shot was good is to have a camera right underneath the goalpost shooting straight up and give you the second shot of the ball going over the top. Then you could tell whether it was a good field goal or not. The official, well, he's in the right position to make the call.
Except he did slip and fall down.
But it looked like he was just in a hurry to run up and say no good.
Well, I think he was. But nonetheless, it was so close. And Jacksonville now spends its last time out with the football at the New Jersey 19 and only 34 seconds to play. Like I said earlier, it's been an if day for Jacksonville. They certainly had a chance to win this football game. They hurt themselves.
Well, I think they did prove to themselves that their win over Washington was legitimate. It wasn't just because maybe Washington didn't have the guns on the football field, or that the fact that they got so many breaks, but the fact that they took advantage of them. They played a real good defense here by the New Jersey Generals. Larry Zonka there talking with Miller.
I think that's enough to bring the folks back, though, to see another one, don't you?
Oh, I think for sure. Absolutely.
Well, it's not over yet. There's 34 seconds. Ball's been bouncing kind of funny all day.
Yeah. I'm sure Larry Zonka, talking to Miller on the sideline, was just trying to give him some encouragement, tell him about some of the close ones he's been in, and they haven't come out on top. But it's only the second game of a very, very long season.
18 of them scheduled, 16 more after this one. Now, New Jersey protecting the ball. Jacksonville with no more timeouts remaining. And they will have to snap it one more time. If they got it off before 30 seconds, they may not have snapped it prior to 29 seconds. And that apparently was the case. It was 29 seconds when they snapped it. So now all they have to do is let it run off. 73,227. Matt Robinson goes for 329 yards and 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But Bradley with actually three bootleg plays in the ball game, and all 3 of them turned out to be very big plays in the game. But I don't know what else you could get out of it. It had everything in it that you could possibly want in a football game, with a final score, New Jersey 28 and Jacksonville 26. Well, the Jacksonville Bulls are losers for the first time, 28-26. They fumbled away. Larry Mason did at the goal line, a go-ahead touchdown. They had a winning field goal that appeared to be outside the uprights by just the slightest of margins. But this is a team that has to gain some confidence out of today's play, Lynn.
I think they've gained a great deal of confidence. I think they're going to improve. What they wanted to find out today in this ballgame, they wanted to win, but they wanted to test themselves against what on paper and what on the field is a good, solid football team, to see how they would fare. They did a great job.
They certainly did, before a USFL record crowd of 73,227. Final score, New Jersey 28, Jacksonville 26.